safe.
One of the most impressive things about your pack of dogs this season is how they've been able to learn lessons as they've gone on. Do you think that's maybe a lesson they've learned now?
Well, I don't know. It's, again, Derek, to focus on just this is Game 5, and, we got ourselves in real good position. Let's take advantage of it. Let's not go in uptight. Let's go out there and just be very assertive and go for it.
I know how much you hate the stats, but here's one for you. Only 3 times in the 71-year history of the Calder Cup final has a team overcome a 3-1 series deficit to win the championship. The last time it happened was 60 years ago for the Hershey Bears. The last time it happened in the league was 58 years ago in 1949. But I think that your Hamilton Bulldogs are well aware of how good this Hershey Bears team is. So is there any chance that you guys will get too comfortable with the 3-1 lead?
I can't tell you that, Derek. You're gonna have to. I would think that Hershey's gonna have to earn it if they do it. Again, those type of negative thoughts I try to keep out of my head, and I'm always fighting them.
Well, you're a pretty positive guy, and I think your team kind of follows your lead in that way. And obviously, you have a lot to be positive about right now. A 3-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. What do you think it's going to take to beat the Hershey Bears? Because you've told me time after time that the 4th and final win of a best-of-7 series is the toughest one to get.
I think it's like coming out and just dictating the play. I think you witnessed Anaheim do it last night, and they just were focused on playing their system, and that's what we got to do. We can't worry about and have in the back of our minds that we're up 3-1. We got to focus on winning this hockey game tonight.
In his post-game press conference last night, Hershey Bears bench boss Bruce Boudreau talked about the fact that his team can't keep falling behind in games as they have in 4 straight games to start the series. So is it that much more important for your Hamilton Bulldogs to find a way to get off to a good start and hopefully get the first goal as well?
Well, you hope so. That would be the game plan, but we've been pretty successful at it. But no matter what, you have to stay focused, and we've been fortunate enough to get that first goal. I don't even think about allowing them to get the first goal, but we've handled that side of it pretty good too.
And speaking of focus, I talked to a few people who were around the dressing room after your 6-2 triumph over the Hershey Bears last night, and they said the Hamilton Bulldogs seem focused on Game 5 already. That's got to be a great sign for this young team.
Well, we got some pretty good leadership in there, and I heard them say right away, okay, let's sit down, enjoy it for 2 minutes, and that's it. Our focus is on tomorrow night. And, they were obviously pretty pushed after last night game. It's tough playing this time of year with the humidity and the amount of weight you lose in the game. So this is 5 and 7 nights, so it's going to be a real tough game.
No doubt about it, and it is very warm in this building. I'm sweating, and I'm not even on the ice playing hockey, so I can only imagine how the guys must feel out there when they're battling for a chance to win a Calder Cup championship. Of course, congratulations on your big 6-2 triumph in Game 4 last night, and best of luck winning your first Calder Cup as a head coach by beating the Hershey Bears here tonight.
Thanks, Fred.
That was Hamilton Bulldogs bench boss Don Lever joining us with tonight's installment of Coach's Comment. Thank you for joining us for tonight's pregame show, brought to you by Parks Furniture and coming to you live from the Bill Stewart Press Box at Cobbs Coliseum in Hamilton, Ontario. For tonight, up 3-1 in this best-of-7 Calder Cup final. The Bulldogs will try to eliminate the Hershey Bears and win their first ever American Hockey League championship. Derek Wills alongside Al Craig, and we're going to have a season-high crowd of 13,000 fans on hand tonight, Al. And if that doesn't get you going, nothing will.
Got to get the blood going for sure, Derek. And these Hamilton Bulldogs have definitely caught the fancy of the Hamilton hockey fans, and they're out here in full force tonight. And it was a noisy joint last night. I can imagine what it's going to be like this evening.
It is going to be crazy at Cobbs Coliseum, especially if the fans get their way and the Hamilton Bulldogs win the Calder Cup. But the Hershey Bears will have something to say about that. They're the defending Calder Cup champions and the reigning American Hockey League regular season champions. They are a good group, and it will take a lot to get them onto the golf course by beating them here tonight. We'll find out what happens, but first, down to ice level for the singing of the national anthems.
Early lights, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
crowd deafening at Copps Coliseum as they and we get set for Game 5 of the best-of-7 Calder Cup Final, a series led by the Hamilton Bulldogs, 3-1. They will try to eliminate the Hershey Bears and win their first American Hockey League championship tonight. Again, thanks for tuning into the pregame show, brought to you by Parks Furniture. It's now time to take a look at tonight's RE/MAX Escarpment Realty starting lineups. We'll begin with the starters for Don Lever's Hamilton Bulldogs. At center, Kyle Chipchura. On left wing, A.J. Baines. On right wing, Jonathan Fairlaw. Back on the blue line, Dan Jansevsky and Mathieu Biron. And in goal, Carey Price. And starting for Bruce Boudreau's Hershey Bears, at center, Kyle Wilson. On left wing, Tomas Fleischmann. On right wing, Jakob Papish. On the blue line, Andy Hedlund and Jeff Schultz. And in goal, Frederick Kasivi. The referee, Steve Kazari, has the puck in his right hand. And we'll have a bit of a delay here as they fix a bad catch on the ice just outside the Hamilton Bulldogs bench. Kyle Chipchura and Kyle Wilson will take the opening face-off for the respective teams. And here we go. The puck is on the ice and we're underway here in game number 5. Bears win the draw. Schultz sends it ahead and Klepish will fire it in right on Price. There's shot number 1 for the Hershey Bears. Again, from long distance, easy save for the Hamilton Bulldogs goaltender Al.
Yeah, good start. He gets the feel, though, you know? That's important. Oh,
Baines knocked down from behind, and Chipchura doesn't like that, so he goes after Hedlund. And this game's got a bit of an edge, and we're only 22 seconds in.
Feisty start, that's for sure.
Let's now take a look at tonight's ex-police lineup changes for the Hamilton Bulldogs. Scratch. Number 1, goaltender Philippe Sauvé. Number 5, defenseman John Gleed. Number 10, forward Corey Urquhart. Number 11, forward Troy Bodie. Number 14, forward Sergei Kostitsyn. Number 15, forward Gregory Stewart. Number 23, forward Andrei Kostitsyn. Number 24, forward Francis Lemieux. Number 33, goaltender Cedric Desjardins. Number 41, forward Mathieu Aubin. Number 44, forward Jimmy Bonneau. And number 47, defenseman Mathieu Carl. Here's the giveaway in Hershey Bears territory. And picking it up for the Hamilton Bulldogs is A.J. Baines. He shovels it behind the net. Kyle Chipchura after it. He can't get a hold of it. Jonathan Fairlaw can't either. But now he does. Fairlaw heads behind the Hershey net. Has the puck knocked away by Wilson. Now Baines whips one towards the goal, but it's swatted away. And now Hedlund will bounce it off the boards and back to the Hamilton blue line. Here's Jansevsky sharply ahead to Chipchura. He makes a bit of a turn back towards the Bulldogs line and then slides it into Bears territory. And now Hedlund fires it off the glove of Stortini and into the Hershey bench. Let's now take a look at tonight's ex-police lineup changes for the Bears. Scratch. Number 1, goaltender Jared McChesney. Number 2, defenseman Troy Milam. Number 4, defenseman Jamie Hunt. Number 10, forward Joey Canute. Number 11, forward Eric Fair. Number 13, forward Brad Ralph. Number 22, forward Stephen Werner. Number 27, forward Peter Vanderveer. We'll get to the rest of the changes in a moment as the Bulldogs send the puck in behind the Bears' net. The line of Locke, Lapierre, and Stortini on the ice. Long shot in, swatted away by Kasivi. Benoit will pinch it in the play and pick it up in the far corner. Benoit knocks it down low to Lapierre. Lapierre hit by Barty, but Benoit gets it back. And now he's hit by Green. Now he steals it back. Benoit hooked to the ice by Green. No penalty call. Loose puck right out in front of the Hershey net. Lapierre wrestled down. And again no call. Here's O'Byrne. He whacks one wide. Now to bounce off the end boards back to the blue line to Benoit. Benoit to Locke. Out to the far corner to Lapierre. But he has his pocket pick. And Steckel moves it across to Green, who bounces it to the blue line, but not out. Barney can't clear the zone. Stepped in for a moment, but now Green grabs it and dumps it back into Bulldogs territory. I think the Bears got away with 2 there.
I'll tell you, boy, this looks like it's going to be rugged night out there.
Here comes Grabowski. He fires a shot to Singer the save. Big rebound, but it bounced almost all the way back to the blue line, and from there the Bears were able to clear it out. Puck will trickle into the Bulldog zone, but we've got an offside call on the play. Let's finish up our look at tonight's ex-police lineup changes for the Hershey Bears. Scratch, number 32, defenseman Mark Busenberg. Number 32, defenseman Sean Collins. That's right, they've got 2 number 32s. Number 33, defenseman Derek Engelland. And number 37, forward Kit Brennan. We'll get you the break glasses on ice officials and deliver tonight's ATS starting goaltenders in a moment. We're still scoreless, 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the opening period of Game 5. Bulldogs have it. They'll bring it over the Bears line. D'Agostini fires a shot, and Cassidy steers it away. Puck will bounce up the near boards. Grabowski grabs it, moves it back to Cote. Cote shovels it towards the net, but it's knocked away. Grabowski spins and shoots. But he was off balance, didn't get much muster on it. He gets it back, moves it out in front, but it's knocked away from D'Agostini, and ahead to center for Bork. Bork brings it in over the Hamilton line, winds and fires, but his shot is blocked beautifully by Cote. Cote taps it ahead. We've got a penalty coming up as the Bulldogs bring it down the ice, and now Grabowski gets dumped by Hedlund, and the Bears will be penalized. Carey Price got run over, and his net came off the moorings.
And possibly Hershey dodged the second penalty. Grabowski going the other way. You don't normally see them in any event. But definitely there's going to be a penalty going against the Hershey Bears here in that altercation with Price.
Well, I guess it's a good time to get you the great glasses on ice officials. The referee, number 40, Steve Kazari. The linesman, number 19, Chris Libet. And number 50, Scott Carey. And heading to the penalty box for the Hershey Bears is Matt Hendricks. So the Hamilton Bulldogs head to a Queenston Chevrolet Corvette powered power play. Their first of the game. And in these Calder Cup playoffs, they are 20 for 121 with a man advantage, a 16.5% success rate, 9th best amongst the 16 postseason teams, and they're facing the 9th ranked penalty kill of the Hershey Bears, and they've given up 20 goals on 120 opposition power play opportunities, an 83.3% success rate. Here comes Steckelin. He's got 3 short-handed goals in the postseason, but this shot, an easy save to make for Carey Price. Now, in this Calder Cup final round, the Hamilton Bulldogs have had a lot of luck on the power play. 7 for 26 versus the Hershey Bears penalty kill. 26.9%. That's outstanding.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's a very large number. Fleischman is out there for Hershey. Steckel was the big man, as you said earlier, that all his team's shorthanded goals, 3 of them in the postseason.
Face off. The right of Price, won by the Bears. Schultz sent it towards the net, but it slid wide. And now it's picked up by Steckel. Who's on the power play here? Pretty sure it is the Hamilton Bulldogs. It is. Still a minute 30 remaining in the Bears penalty. Lockle chipping it up the right boards. Manlow gives chase. Those are 2 of the 3 guys up front. Fairlaw's the other. On the back end, Biro and Grew. Pocket of the far quarter. It's picked up by Hedlund, and he fires it right between the 2-point men and all the way back down the ice. Price out to play it, moves it out to the neutral zone to Grew. Grew tried to give it to Manlow, but the pass bounced over his stick. And now Wedderburn will take over in the far quarter. Wedderburn gives it away. Manlow drops it to Grabowski. Grabowski back to the blue line. Jansevsky walks the line, gives it back to Grabowski. His pass knocked away, but Jansevsky holds it in right point. Jansevsky to the near quarter. And the pass intended for D'Agostini was picked off by Sloan, who clears it down the ice. Price out of his net will tee it up for Jansevsky with 43 seconds remaining in the Hamilton power play. Almost 5 minutes gone in the first period here at Cops Coliseum, and we're still scoreless in Game 5. Puck in behind the Hershey net, and Grabowski takes a violent cross-check from Sloan. No call. Puck back to the blue line to Benoit. He walks the line, feeds it far side to D'Agostini. D'Agostini trying to get away from Steckel, loses the puck, and now Wedderburn will try to clear it out, but he can't. Grabowski grabs it, but he overskates it, and now Wedderburn will pick it up and give it to Steckel, but he can't clear it out. That said, it bounced by Benoit out to center. Bork loses it there. Benoit gets it back and gives it to Lambert. Lambert up the right wing, drops it to Grabowski. Couple of seconds left in the Hershey penalty, and the Bears will hit the clock. Lift it up in the air, right off the scoreboard here at Cops Coliseum, and that'll do it for the Hamilton Bulldogs power play. So 5:02 into the first, we're still scoreless here at Cops Coliseum.
Well, all kinds of incidents here in the opening 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Not a heck of a lot of big-time scoring opportunities, a lot of frenetic play. And the game is sort of lacking flow, but no lack of emotion, that's for sure.
As you'd expect.
Yeah.
Face off of the Hershey zone, won by Hamilton's Chip Sheeran. He gets it back to O'Byrne, who plays it into the near quarter, but the Bears will take over there. And now Fleischman clears it out to center. Cote chips it right back in, but the Bulldogs were caught offside. The face-off come outside the Bears' line. Let's now deliver tonight's ATS starting goaltenders. For the Hamilton Bulldogs, it is number 29, Carey Price, who has 21 Calder Cup playoff games, has a 14-6 record with 2 shutouts, a 2.11 goals against average, and a .934 save percentage. At the other end for the Hershey Bears, number 35, Frederick Cassidy, who in 18 postseason games has a 13-5 record with 1 shutout, a 2.65 goals against average, and a .907 save percentage.
Derek, only 2 goalies in American Hockey League history have led their team to a Calder Cup championship as a teenager. Carey Price is 19, of course. He's 1 win away from joining 19-year-old Patrick Roy for Sherbrooke in 1985 and 18-year-old Gordie Bell for the Buffalo Bisons way back in 1943, an 18-year-old.
Wow. Here's Baines back to O'Byrne, right point. O'Byrne tries the shot, but it's blocked in front. Baines gets it back again. Baines to O'Byrne, right point. He moves it into the corner to Chipchura. Chipchura back to the blue line with Arsini on his tail. So he will move it back into the near corner to Baines. Baines getting whacked and hacked by Green. Drops it off to Fairlawn. Fairlawn being tied up by Wilson. Now he's hit by Arsini. He's able to poke the puck into the near corner. Chipchura takes over. Chipchura back to the blue line to Cote. Cote a shot, but it's wide. And Cassidy whacks it in behind the net. Bulldogs pressing, looking for the game's opening goal for the 5th straight time of the series, and for the 6th straight time going back to the Western Final. Here's O'Byrne, a shot to save the save. Fairlawn got behind the Hershey goaltender, and the Bears captain Arsini didn't like it.
Finally, a little bit of open ice, though. The checking has been so very tight, both teams to this stage. And Ryan O'Byrne managing to get that one away, but Cassidy saw it all the way.
Well, we'll take a timeout. Our first tonight, with 6 minutes and 6 seconds gone in the opening period of Game 5, and the Bulldogs and the Bears still scoreless. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
This Father's Day, 820 Cham wants to salute some of the world's coolest dads. Listen for your cue to call in the morning show and complete the sentence. Dad thought he was the coolest when. You'll instantly win an awesome Father's Day prize pack, including Fister's Sheer-Ease grass shears, the book Ice Trap from Simon & Schuster, and a pair of Pants Saver condoms. You'll also be entered in the grand prize draw for an incredible Golden Pro Cordless 5-tool combo set.
Dad thought he was the coolest when.
From 820 Cham, the legend. This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs Playoff Hockey on 820 Cham, the legend.
Fans visit the Dogs in their cyber doghouse, www.hamiltonbulldogs.com, with the interactive fan forum, live audio and video cybercasts of the games, bios and photos of your favorite players, and the latest news, stories, stats, and scores. This is your team at www.hamiltonbulldogs.com. It's the official online home of your Hamilton Bulldogs.
13:54 left in the first period. No score yet in Game 5 between Hamilton and Hershey. The Bulldogs lead the Bears in this best-of-7 Calder Cup Final, 3-1. Puck lifted out to center. Drew will grab it there. He moves it ahead. D'Agostini hit. Puck's knocked away, but Grabowski grabs it. Grabowski dances in, stops, looks, tries to drop it back, but it bounces back to him. Now he'll feed it in behind the net to Milroy. Milroy gets all tangled up with Schultz. Puck swept around to the near quarter. Archer pinches in and plays it down low to D'Agostini. D'Agostini being held up by Hedlund. And now it is scooped up by Hendrickson. He slides it ahead to Wiseman, the Burlington native. Wiseman will dump it into the Hamilton zone. Archer back to get it. Bounces it off the boards ahead to Milroy. Milroy moves up the right wing to center. Loses it, but is able to get it back long enough to move it to the Bears' blue line. From there, it bounces back out to center. D'Agostini will pick it up for the Bulldogs and weave his way in. He fires it to the net, but it goes sailing wide. Now Jansevsky is shot, but he breaks his stick. And he makes a nice play, minus his stick, to make sure Robitaille isn't able to pick up the puck and head down the ice. Here's Biron back in his own zone. He chips it into the glove of his goaltender, and Price will hold on to the top of the Bears right around that Bulldogs net.
Well, the Bulldogs normally would have scored by now, Derek, from past performance, but Hershey is doing a very good job in keeping them at bay thus far.
You're right. Scored a minute 21 into the second period of Game 1, 5:39 into the first period of Game 2, 1:20 into the first period of Game 3, and 2:07 into the first period of Game 4 last night.
I think there's a few nerves out there.
Here's Locke. He drops to now Lapierre shot rebound right out in front, and Locke whacks it wide. And now Goodry picks it up, gets to center, gets hit hard and knocked down by Lapierre. Penalty coming up here against the Hamilton Bulldogs. So the Hershey Bears will kind of their first power play of the game.
Well, it's a tripping call, but could very well be interference. And Robitaille has a smile on his face as Lapierre heads to the penalty bench.
Seems to be a pretty happy guy, that Louis Robitaille.
Yeah,
he's always smiling at something.
What is that?
Even after his team's 4-0 loss in Game 1.
Hey, remember Matthew Barnaby? He always had one of those looks.
On the power play in these Calder Cup playoffs, the Hershey Bears have been very good. 25 goals on 120 chances, a 20.8% success rate, third best amongst the 16 postseason teams. Hamilton Bulldogs' penalty kill has been pretty good too, especially in the series. They've given up 17 goals on 124 opposition power play opportunities, an 86.3% success rate. In this series, the Dogs' PK has been dynamite, 32 for 35, 91.4%. Let's see if the Hershey Bears can get a goal here to take a 1-0 lead. Green, to the far side, Bork a shot, but he breaks his stick. That's 2 broken sticks we've seen tonight. One for Jen Sexley, one for Bork. And the Bulldogs take advantage of the broken Bears stick and threw the puck down the ice. Green will grab it with a minute 20 remaining in the Lapierre penalty. And 11:48, and they scored this opening period here at Topps Coliseum. Here's Bork to Wilson. Wilson to Fleischman. Fleischman, the shot off the goalpost! It got tipped by Kleppish, and then rang right off the iron to the right of Carey Price. Kleppish trying to say it went in, but it did not. Clearly, it did not.
Well, a real surprise for Carey Price there as that puck was tipped and went whizzing right by him. I thought it was in too myself, but you can see from our replay that you're right, Derek. Right off the iron and right back out again.
You can tell by the angle it bounced.
Yep.
Face off to the left of Price. Manlow and Baines out there up front with O'Byrne and Archer on the back end. Bulldogs with the draw. Get it to the blue line, not out. It's kept in by Green. Green across, but it hops over the stick of Wiseman and out to the neutral zone. Baines will pick it up there and play it across to Manlow, but he can't catch up to it. So Hershey will start over in their own zone. 50 seconds remaining in the Hamilton penalty. 11-19 in the first period here at Topps Coliseum. For the Bulldogs and the Bears are still scoreless in Game 5. Locking behind the Hamilton net. Cote trying to clear it out. He falls on top of it. Giroux all over him. And now it'll squirt loose, and Archer will bounce it off the boards and down the ice.
Oh, how's that for a pair of stay-at-home defensemen out there working on their craft? First of all, Cote and then Archer.
A terrific tandem. Here comes Wiseman. He drops it to Barney, but he had his stick lifted by Fairnall, who picked up the loose puck and shot it down the ice. Green goes back to get it. He gets hit by Locke. Got his elbow up in Locke's face, as a matter of fact. That was the ooh from the fans. And now the puck is knocked into the neutral zone. Wiseman will grab it there and give it to Barney. And he bounces it in behind the Hamilton net. Price out of his net, stops it, plays it up the boards, and right back out to center himself. Barney will pick it up in the neutral zone and blast it in, but that'll do it. And the Bears power play. So the Bulldogs' penalty kill continues to impress.
A little help with the goalpost, but they've hit their share of posts in this series as well.
Yes, they have. Icing call coming up here against Hamilton with now 10:13 left in the opening period. And the scoreless game versus Hershey.
And the intensity continues out there. Hershey, really, this is their last hurrah. They can prolong this thing with a victory tonight, so they're giving it all they've got. And if they were to get into another game, there's a long break before it, Derek, to prepare.
Now, the Bears are a very good team, and the Bulldogs do not want to give them any life. They can kill them off with a win tonight. Locke slides down the ice into the Hershey zone. Grabowski knocks it away from Hendlin, and Lambert picks it up. Lambert gets hit by Hendricks, though, and he's able to bounce the puck up the boards, not out. O'Byrne, a shot tipped away. Rebound! D'Agostini's denied. Now Benoit's got it left point. He whips it in. Kissimmee the save. He doesn't know where the puck is, but it was caught in his equipment. The Bears goaltender makes a couple of big stops to keep the Bulldogs off the board.
Well, I could see that D'Agostini backhand going in there. He was working awfully hard, as was Grabowski. And with him, Michael Lambert. But a couple of really nice saves by Kissimmee, who's going the route in these playoffs.
We'll take a timeout with 9 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the opening period here at Topps Coliseum, where the fans are waiting for a chance to cheer. No reasons to boo yet anyway, as the Bulldogs and the Bears remain scoreless. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
Do you need someone to talk to about your financial problems?
Hey, Donnie.
My name's
Stand
Ted
over here.
Michaelis of Hoyes Michaelis Trustees in Bankruptcy. We've helped literally thousands of people just like you solve their financial problems by developing a plan unique to their situation. You've heard us on the radio, you've seen us on TV. For some reason, you still haven't called. If you think you're experiencing financial problems, you probably are.
Hey? Yeah, but he's in position, though.
HOYES.com is our website.
They've been better in front of their bench than I feel.
310 plan, and let's get started.
Just so far. It's a different type of game. We'll go. I'll never get this out.
Hold on. A little less than 10 minutes left of the first period here at Copps Coliseum. Game 5 of the Calder Cup final is still scoreless. Face off to the right of the Hershey net. Hamilton won it. Shipchura, but they're going to do it again.
What's going on here? We got a
Holding penalty.
holding penalty?
No,
What was that?
I have no idea. Referee Steve Kazari went over to the Hamilton Bulldogs bench and signaled a holding penalty. Not sure what he was doing.
Well, as long as he knows.
We certainly don't. Benoit goes back into his own zone, bounces it off the boards and down the ice. I guess we should clarify and say there is no holding penalty. No penalty at all.
Nope.
Playing 5-on-5 right now. Locking behind the Bears' net, picking it up. He is Sloan. Sloan weaves his way to the blue line, but not out. Shipchura picks his pocket. Penalty coming up against Hershey. Hamilton gets Price to the bench and an extra man on the ice, but the Bears will touch up. So what a great job by the Bulldogs rookie Kyle Shipchura to draw that penalty. His puck possession is extremely impressive.
Well, he'll hold it all day unless somebody either picks his pocket, as you'd like to say, or have him cough it up because or bring him down, and that's what happened in that particular instance.
It's tough to knock him off the puck because he's so strong in his skates and because he protects it so well.
And you got to do it illegally.
And they did right there. And Tyler Sloan goes to the penalty box as a result. The Hamilton Bulldogs head to their second Queenston Chevrolet Corvette power play of the game. They're 0 for 1, but here they come. Drew fires the shot. Rebound right out in front. Drew whacks it wide. Drew gets it back, centers it out in front. Pass is picked off though, and the puck is shot down the ice by Lang.
Ooh, Danny Drew, an offensive force from defense in the postseason. Almost had another.
You're all to give away. Bork never breakaway. Bork in, shoots. Price makes the save. Great glove save by the Hamilton Bulldogs backstop. And here come the Dogs back the other way. Grabowski weaves his way in but loses it. And it's cleared back out to center with a minute 10 to go in the Hamilton power play. Bulldogs bring it back in. D'Agostini out in front. Manlow, a shot saved by Kissimmee. Now Grabowski moves it back to the right forward. Jensevsky walks the line, gives it to D'Agostini. He tries to shot, but it's blocked by Lang and bounces to Grabowski. Grabowski throws it behind the Bears' net to Manlow. Manlow up the near side, back to D'Agostini, and he'll tap it to the blue line to Jensevsky. Jensevsky, a shot that gets deflected away. And now D'Agostini's got it again. He carries it into the corner, drops to Grabowski. Grabowski to the blue line to Jensevsky. Back to Grabowski near side. Back to Jensevsky. Out of the far corner, Benoit tried to center it to Manlow. And the pass got tipped over his stick, and the puck will bounce out to center. 27 seconds left in the Hamilton power play. Bulldogs with some nice puck movement in the Hershey zone, but Bulldogs have not been able to get a goal in this game yet. They've gone longer without a goal in Game 5 than they have in the previous 3 games when they score early in the first. Now here they come, back into the Bears zone. Milroy chips it in off the boards and goes a big body check on Wedderburn. Bear picks up the puck, carries it to the corner, and tries to give it to O'Byrne left point, but it bounced over his stick. And back to the Hamilton line, and that'll do it for the Hershey penalty. But now, it bounces ahead. Milroy chasing, puck rolls away, and Wedderburn will take over. And he bounces it off the boards and back out to the neutral zone. Bork takes over there, lays it ahead to Giroux. Giroux with a shot, but he sails it over top of the Hamilton net. And now Cote grabs it for the Bulldogs and bounces it right back out to center. Little less than 7 minutes now left in the first period here at Copps Coliseum, where Hamilton and Hershey are scoreless. Puck bounces into Bears territory, chasing for the Bulldogs. Lapierre and Stortini. Lapierre picks it up and now loses it, and Giroux will give it to Barney. Barney bounces it off the near boards and behind Price's net. Price out to play it, spins and slides it to Manlow. And now Manlow moves it ahead to Stotini. Stotini gets to center and dumps it in, and then he gets dumped by Barney. And Grain will take over in behind the Hershey net. Grain will move it up the left side to Junie. Junie up the right wing, and now Giroux will fire it in as Junie head off to the bench. Go Dogs, go chance starts here in downtown Steeltown. They want a goal, and they want the Hamilton Bulldogs to get it. Manlow's going to lift the puck over the glass and out of play, though, as he tries playing it into the Hershey Bears zone.
Well, the Bulldogs have had a couple of opportunities on the power play. Great puck movement. You can hear the crowd here. They're on the edge of their seats and screaming at the team to shoot the puck. Well, the team has been shooting the puck a lot better lately. But I really think that they seem to have their sticks a little tight in their hands tonight so far, Derek. It's getting a little better, though.
Okay.
It's getting a little better.
Puck is sent in behind the Hershey net. Hedlund gets hit by Baines, but holds onto the puck. He's weaving back and forth. And now he gives it to Klepish. Klepish, I think it's safe to say, has been the most dangerous Hershey Bear in this series now. Almost a giveaway there. Hedlund tried a dangerous pass across the crease, and it nearly bounced into his net. Lucky on that one. Here comes Klepish to center. Moves it up the right side to Fleischman. Fleischman tried a shot, but it was blocked by Jansevsky. And now Fairlawn will take over. Fairlawn drops it back to Jansevsky. He lifts it up in the air and out to center. Hedlund will glove it down and play it back in. He tries to, but he shoots it right into the face of his teammate, Kyle Wilson.
Oh, boy, that's got to hurt. Oh,
Wilson a little shaken up as he heads to the Hershey Bears bench, but it looks like he's okay. And we'll take a timeout with now 5 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first period of Game 5. A game that remains scoreless. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
Emmy-winning comedian and host of NBC's The Tonight Show, Jay Leno takes the stage live at Niagara Falls View Casino. On July 4th and 5th, don't miss an evening of laugh-out-loud comedy as Jay Leno brings his unique blend of witty humor to the stage of Niagara Falls View Casino. Tickets are available at the Falls View box office or any Ticketmaster location. Jay Leno.
Hey, Tom, are our levels okay?
At Niagara Falls View Casino.
Okay. Try to sneak that one in, okay, Al?
Fans, now's a great time to get your 2007-2008 Hamilton Bulldogs season tickets. As a Dog season ticket holder, you'll not only save up to 36% off the box office ticket, which is like paying for 26 games and getting 14 games for free, you also get discounts on Hamilton Bulldogs merchandise, free food vouchers for select games, the opportunity to purchase additional seats for any game at a special season ticket holder price, and the chance to exchange any unused tickets for free tickets to a pair of season ticket holder redemption games. And oh yeah, you'll also have access to at least 2 exclusive season ticket holder only events with the team. With affordable payment plans available, there's no reason not to get 2007-2008 Hamilton Bulldogs season tickets today. For more info or to purchase Dog season tickets, call 905-529-8500. That's 905-529-8500.
I think there's another Hershey Bears penalty coming here. Yes.
Whoa.
Burlington native Chad Wiseman on his way to the box. So the Hamilton Bulldogs will head to another Queenston Chevrolet Corvette powered power play. Their third of the first period. They're 0 for 2 with the man advantage, but they've had their chances. Then again, they've given up some chances too. That shorthanded breakaway by Chris Bork comes to mind. Now Steckel speeds down the ice. He's got 3 shorthanded goals to lead the American Hockey League in that category in these Calder Cup playoffs. But he's not going to get number 4, at least not right here. Puck picked up by D'Agostini. He's up front with Grabowski and Manlow. On the back end, Grew left point, Biron right point. Puck bounces in front of the Hershey net. Schultz got knocked down by Manlow, but the Bears able to pick it up and blast it down the ice.
That puck was ringing around the boards, and they sort of crisscrossed, and down he went.
Price to Biro. Biro off the left wing to Manlow. Manlow hit by Hedlund. His seventh slide. Manlow from his knees. Plays it back to the line. Now Drew across. Biro, the shot. That's tipped. High and wide. Rebound. Whacked wide by Manlow. Now Grabowski to Biro. Lang gets in the way of his shot, though. And Hendricks will pick it up and bring it up the right wing side before slapping it down the ice. And that knuckleball nearly caught Carey Price off guard. But he made sure he kept his body in front of the puck like a second baseman.
He concentrates very well.
Here comes Benoit. He weaves his way through the neutral zone and into Hershey territory with 52 seconds left in the Hamilton power play. Now he gives it away, and the puck is bounced off the boards and down the ice by Sloan. Hamilton out shooting Hershey 9-5 in the first 16 minutes of Game 5. But the Bulldogs and the Bears are still scoreless. Milroy shoots it into the Hershey zone, but Wedderburn whacks it right back down the ice. And Price comes out of the Hamilton net and tees it up for Benoit. Benoit will bring it up the middle and now give it to Locke. Locke to Milroy, and he slides it into the Bears zone. Wedderburn back to get it. Lays it up the right wing side to Hendricks, who's going to lug it back out to center. Hendricks over the Bulldogs blue line, going coast to coast, fires a shot, and Price made the stop. And now Benoit will grab it and give it to Lambert. Lambert up the right wing to Locke. He runs into Arseni, but tips it ahead. Lambert out in front. His pass didn't get to Milroy. And the Bears clear it down the ice as Wisely steps out of the box. So the Bulldogs 0 for 3 to start Game 5 of the power play.
Oh, well. They're a streaky team that way, as we know. It's had 2 games in the series thus far with 3 goals on the power play.
They had one with none on 9 chances.
That's right.
A little less than 3 minutes left in the first period. A scoreless one here at Topps Coliseum. Puck shot into the Hamilton zone, chasing for Hershey, Fleischman, and Wilson. They're a dangerous duo. Kleppich is out there wandering around as well. Fairlawn trying to force the puck up the boards and out. Can't, as Fleischman holds it in, but now he gives it away to O'Byrne, who drops it to Cote, and he bounces it off the boards to center. And there it's slapped right back in by Green, but the Bears will make a change, so the Bulldogs will bring it out. There's the right side, dodges a check from Steckel, and it would have been a big one had Steckel connected, but O'Byrne got out of the way at the last minute. And now Hedlund takes over and gives it to Schultz. Schultz to center, he shoots it in from there. Price tried to stop it, but it bounced by him. And now Barney and Cote will fight forward in the far corner. Cote gets it away from Barney, but Steckel scoops it up and gives it back to Barney behind the Hamilton net. Barney tries centering, but fans with the pass. Penalty coming up here against the Bulldogs, though. And the Bears about to head to their second power play of the game.
And not at a good time in the period either. Hershey, which has worked very hard in this contest here tonight, Derek, will get an opportunity to get one here before the end of the period as Zach Stortini heads off. Stortini put the big hook on his man.
Second power play of the game for Bruce Boudreau's Hershey Bears. They're 0 for 1 with a man advantage so far. And Don Lever's Hamilton Bulldogs have done just a dynamite job on the penalty kill all series long, haven't they?
Well, they are such a positional hockey club right now. Everybody knows their job out there, and they've been doing it to a T. Make some mistakes along the way, but when they do, they've got that number 29 in nets that's helped them out.
Don Lever has told us time after time that a team's best penalty killer is their goalkeeper, and his goalkeeper has been his team's best penalty killer. Carey Price has been spectacular on the PK. Bulldogs through the puck into Bears territory. Green will grab it and bring it back out to center. Gets to the Hamilton line and dumps it in. Minute 30 remaining in the Hershey power play. Price tries to clear the puck himself, but it's picked up by Hendricks. Hendricks back to the right point to Bourque. He bounces it off the boards. Back to Hendricks. Hendricks moves it to the corner. And Giroux with a pass that's about a mile too far for Bourque to reach. And the Bears have to chase it back down the ice with a minute 13 left in the Bulldogs penalty. Here comes Bourque to the Hamilton line. He gives it away, and Baines will chip it down the ice. City picks it up himself and plays it back to the Bulldogs line, right to Benoit, who's standing there waiting for it. He waits, and now he slaps it right back into Bears territory. Hershey's shooting themselves in the foot on this power play. Hamilton doing a nice job on the penalty kill as well.
Well, Hamilton's diggers are unbelievable.
Lapierre digging right now in the corner. He lost his stick, but he still was able to rag the puck and kill some precious seconds off this Bears power play. And here comes Fleischman over the Bulldogs line. He moves it near corner to Kleppich. Kleppich dances by O'Byrne, plays it back to the line to Wiseman. Wiseman walks the line, gives it to Klepish near side. Klepish to Wiseman with a one-time shot, but it's blocked by Baines. Now Wilson has it. 25 seconds left in the Stortini penalty. Here's Wiseman again. Wiseman right point, tries a shot that deflects off the stick, and way wide of the net. Now Green's got it near quarter. Green to Klepish. Klepish back to the blue line to Wiseman. Wiseman far side, and Fleischman's shot gets blocked by Benoit. Now Baines picks it up and skips it down the ice. 5 seconds left in the Stortini penalty, and the fans applaud the Hamilton Bulldogs penalty kill, which did the job again. Clock is shot into the Bulldog zone. Tote can't clear it out. Here's a shot by Green, but right at the buzzer, and it gets blocked anyway. And that'll do it for the first period of Game 5. The Hamilton Bulldogs outshoot the Hershey Bears 9-6, but none of those 15 shots go in the net, so we're scoreless through 20 minutes.
Well, a pretty tense affair thus far here in front of a big crowd at Copps Coliseum. Looks so great to look out there, Derek, and see that darn curtain pulled back. And the upper deck with lots of people in it here. The atmosphere is amazing. And the Bulldogs got off to a little bit of a sluggish start, but they've looked pretty good. And Hershey is giving them everything they can tonight, and almost managed to get the lead on that Chris Bork breakaway, but a great save by Carey Price at 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first period, and keeping it at zeros on that board.
All right, well, we'll see what happens in the second period of Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. But before that, we've got the Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors first intermission coming up. What do you have coming up?
Well, a guy that whenever he's here, we try to get him on the air. And since this is the last game to be played in Copps Coliseum this year, I thought it would be a perfect time to bring in Montreal Canadiens assistant coach and goaltending coach, Rolly Melanson.
All right. And he's like a proud papa with the way Carey Price has played, isn't he?
He is, but he knows the other aspects of the game as well, as most goalies seem to. So we'll get his thought on Carey Price, obviously, but generally how this team has come together and the prospects for the future.
All right, so we've got Rolly Melanson plus our Picard Peanuts first period scoring summary. That and more coming up next in the Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors first intermission. Once again, the score at the end of one period of play in Game 5. Well, there is no score. The Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are still in the hunt for goal number 1 of Game number 5. We've got the Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors first intermission coming up next. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
WJ Heslip has got great Father's Day gift ideas. How about the Kubota T-Series? Built tough, providing a quality cut of lawn. T1570 with 15 horsepower engine and 40-inch deck, or the T1870 with 18 horsepower engine and 48-inch deck make mowing the lawn seem easy. Both feature a hydrostatic transmission with a simple-to-use treadle pedal. Right now, you can get your new Kubota with 0% interest for 24 months OAC. WJ Heslip on Highway 3 at Nell's Corners, or call 905-779-3467.
Now, it all started 25 years ago when a guy named Jim Picard planted some peanuts. Well, they grew. And now Picard Peanuts is going nuts. Roasted peanuts, fancy redskins, jumbo cocktails, and our crispy potato-coated chip nuts. All grown right here in Ontario. You can get all the nuts you want at Picard Peanuts in Simcoe, Talbotville, St. Jacobs, Farm Hill, and Niagara-on-the-Lake. Home of the all-Canadian peanut. Picard Peanuts. Drop on in.
The Fun in the Sun sale is on at Queenston Chevrolet. Take advantage of incredible prices on pre-owned vehicles. Perfect for summer cruising. The 2004 convertible Corvette can be yours for $49,998 with less than 11,000 kilometers. Smart lease a new Cobalt LT Cooper sedan for $209 a month OAC. Queenston Chevrolet Corvette Fun in the Sun sale starts today, where massive volume equals massive savings for you. QEW and Centennial Parkway beside Home Depot, Hamilton.
In the blink of an eye, your entire business can go up in flames. The good news is that NewTek Fire Protection can help ensure that doesn't happen. As the leading supplier of sprinklers, alarms, and extinguishers, NewTek provides ongoing staff training in compliance with ever-changing codes. With building security and monitoring 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, NewTek helps keep your business safe. Serving Ontario with 2 locations. New Tech Fire Protection. Call today, 905-549-0111.
Your staff works hard for you. Why not reward them with office equipment that works as hard as they do? Workflow Innovation is your local authorized dealer for Toshiba copiers, printers, and faxes. Color or black and white. Their award-winning Toshiba products do it all. Discover why hundreds of local businesses choose Workflow Innovation. Unbeatable programs, superior service, local people who care.
Yeah, man. So if your copier's jamming, call 632-2277 or visit workflowinnovation.com.
820 CHAM presents the Canadian Cancer Society Relay for Life in Hamilton at Tobacco Park, Friday, June 15th. At 7 p.m., join 102.9 K-Light FM's Sonny Janesco and 820 CHAM's Mike Neighbors for 12 hours of fun, friendship, and fundraising. Everyone is welcome to attend the celebration of survival and tribute to the lives of loved ones who have been touched by cancer. Be a part of our team to help make cancer history. Visit www.cancer.ca for details. Caring for our community. 820 CHAM, the legend. This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs Playoff Hockey on 820 CHAM, the legend.
Al Craig back at Copps Coliseum. The Hamilton Bulldogs are trying to wrap up the Calder Cup Championship, their very first tonight, right here on home ice, but they've got a battle on their hands with the defending champion Hershey Bears. There is no score at the end of 20 minutes of play. As a matter of fact, had Carey Price not made a heck of a save on a clear-cut breakaway by Chris Borg, shorthanded, with 8:50 to go in period number 1, the Dogs may have indeed been on the short end of the score, but they're not. And this crowd looks like in the vicinity of 13,000 or so. I'm not even going to try to guess, but it's wonderful to see the upper bowl. And one fellow that is really pleased to see that section opened all around the arena is Dave Andrews, the president and CEO of the American Hockey League. We kind of flip-flop with Rolly Melanson, so thanks for coming in here in the first intermission, Dave. But you really got to be pleased, first of all, with what you're seeing here at Copps Coliseum tonight, because there's been a lot of criticism of the Hamilton hockey fans for not coming out in full force. They're a sort of a middle-of-the-pack attendance-wise in this league.
Well, I think sometimes the criticism is a little unfounded. I mean, early on in the playoffs, there are a lot of cities in our league that don't draw real well, and unfortunately in the first and second round of the playoffs, we don't have a lot of notice, not a lot of advance opportunity to sell groups, and a lot of games end up falling on weeknights, and it's just not, our league's a weekend league, and generally speaking, on the weekend games in the early rounds, we do find there's those weeknights that you look and it's just not a lot of folks in the seats. But as the momentum is built here, certainly this week, we played Monday, Wednesday up against the National Hockey League Stanley Cup Finals and drew 6,000 and 8,000 people in this building. And I think that's a great credit to the fans in Hamilton and the interest that this team has generated in the community. And then here we are tonight with probably somewhere in the area of 13,000 or possibly more in the building. And I think it's just terrific for the players and for our league, certainly. And we really appreciate the support. And so far tonight, they're getting their money's worth. Great first period.
Right. I think we tend to forget where the American Hockey League has come from. There was times when it was just a league unto its own. Then it became a developmental under-23 league. That's kind of what it is right now with the associations. It battled the International Hockey League for identity there for a while. The IHL has now gone by the wayside, and I think everybody would agree that the AHL is where it wants to be, or at least headed in the right direction. But it's come from a long way back. I remember when the Hamilton Canucks were in here, and you very well remember that as well. You were involved with Cape Breton Oilers back then in Sydney, Nova Scotia. This is not the same league. We expect things overnight. This is a process that's been going on in a very positive direction.
Well, it has. Our attendance has been growing steadily over the last 13 years. Since we brought kind of a new administration into the league, we've moved into a lot of different cities. We've grown the league to 29 teams. We're the only league at this level of hockey now in North America, and not arguably, we are certainly the second best league in the world in terms of professional hockey, and we're very proud of that. And our numbers in the finals, we look at this year and see these great crowds here in Hamilton and sold out in Hershey with just under 11,000 for both games in their building. And you go back a couple of years in Philadelphia for the finals, we had over 20,000 when the Phantoms won the Cup 2 years ago, which was the fourth largest crowd in the history of hockey in Philadelphia. So we've had, this has become, our playoffs and our Calder Cup finals have become a truly premier event on the hockey landscape. And we're very proud of that. I mean, it still gives me a chill to come into these buildings and see this kind of a crowd and the excitement in the air, and the coverage that we're getting all across Canada for this particular series has been terrific, and also in the United States. We're on the front page now of ESPN.com. We're on the front page of CNNSI. We're on TSN, on Sportsnet. We've come a long way in terms of the branding of the league, if you will, and it's where it should be. I mean, we deserve that. We have great players. When we look at the caliber of players in this league, more than 200 of them are first and second round draft picks every year, and a lot of great players. More than half of them play in the National Hockey League during the same year every year. And when we look out here tonight, an awful lot of these players are going to have great National Hockey League careers going down the road. And I guess right now the focus is on that guy between the pipes. I have a feeling that we may not see him for long in the American League, but he's been great fun to watch. It was good to read in the newspaper this morning that Bob Gainey has said if he's not the number one, he'll be playing in Hamilton, and which is obviously a smart decision. He needs to play, not sit. But I would guess, looking at the way he's playing, he's going to give it a pretty good shot to be number one there.
Wow, when he goes to training camp, what do you do if he keeps it up there? I mean, there's precedent for it with Kenny Dryden and Patrick Waugh, both of them. This looks like the latest coming of a great Montreal Canadiens goaltender, and it's long overdue. Now, I don't want to talking to Dave Andrews, the president and CEO of the American Hockey League, and I know you always have a State of the Union address type thing at the annual general meeting, but maybe you could just in capsule form tell us what was the best thing about the AHL this year, do you think? That's a tough question.
That is a tough question. I think we had really balanced competition, for one thing. Our attendance was great. A lot of good things happened. We're close to a new collective bargaining agreement, which comes up every 3 or 4 years, and it's always nice to get to a stage where we think we have that done going forward. A lot of good things happen. I think the biggest thing is that we've got really solid fan support. The league has become more and more stable. I think moving into Rockford, Quad Cities, and back into Cleveland next year is a positive for the league, especially with the Cavaliers as the ownership group there. And we've got as an aside, we've got the All-AHL NBA Final starting, I think, tonight or tomorrow, whenever it starts. Both teams are owned by both the NBA teams in the finals, San Antonio and Cleveland, are the two NBA teams that own AHL teams in their buildings. So we're excited about that. If I like basketball, I could probably get tickets.
You're not tall enough. Sorry about that. I'm not either. No, it's been an outstanding thing. And now you've got 29 teams. The next year you will, and you're almost to that same number of teams in the NHL. And I know that is the goal, to have an affiliate for everyone and no more of these split affiliations. Just don't. That's the type of thing that causes other problems.
It would be terrific to be there. I think both the National Hockey League and ourselves would like to see in the future where we have a 1-to-1 relationship, 30 AHL teams to 30 NHL teams. And right now we're not quite there because Buffalo and Florida both seem to be, the Florida Panthers and the Sabres both seem to be fairly comfortable with their split affiliation in Rochester. And until we have those teams committed to a full affiliate, we're not going to be able to activate our 30th team because we won't have players for it. But I think we're going to get there within the next year or two.
Well, it doesn't mean it's not exciting anyway, because we had battles with those Florida Buffalo guys all season long, right into the postseason, so it's not a total negative. But that will be indeed a great day. Once again, outstanding work by you and your staff, Jason Chamovich and Jim Mill and the whole gang. It's a pleasure to work with you guys, and it's also a pleasure to have you on our broadcast. You're very good whenever we ask you to come in on short notice like this.
Thank you very much, and I apologize for showing up in the wrong intermission.
No problem. Back to work now. Dave Andrews, the president, CEO of the American Hockey League. This is the AHL's 2007 Calder Cup Final live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
This Kitchen Makeover Spotlight brought to you by Emerald Kitchens and Design.
Dear Emerald Kitchens, I'm interested in upgrading my kitchen, but I don't know where to start. There are too many styles and designs to choose from.
Come into Emerald Kitchens and Design. We work with the highest quality products to make your design superb. Come and browse through our wide selection of surface hardware and exquisite kitchen designs today.
If you have a question about your kitchen, come into Emerald Kitchens and Design. Locations in Ancaster, Burlington, and Mississauga. Call 905-634-9556.
Hi, I'm Dennis Hull. I've been associated with hockey all my life, but I'd like to talk about a serious breathing disease that has affected people close to me. COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, includes chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both. My junior coach in St. Catharines smoked all his life. He missed games, and eventually he passed away from COPD. Know someone who smoked or used to smoke, coughs a lot, is short of breath? Have them call 1-888-820-COPD or go to copdhelp.ca and see their doctor.
MRUT and Company present another public auction of over 80-plus vehicles this Saturday morning at 9:30 sharp, including 100304 Crown Vic, an 03 Expedition, 02 Impala, and 04 LeSabre, and many more police, government, fleet, and other vehicles. You set the price. It's a public auction of vehicles. Saturday morning at 9:30 sharp, with over 35 years experience, plus MRUT, 5100 Fountain Street North, just outside of Kitchener at the Breslau Airport Road Complex. It's another MRUT and Company auction. On the web at www.mrjutzi.ca. WholesaleDivision.com. Use cars a new way. Log on for vehicle history, online financing, accident check, and reliability reports. Satisfied customers, trade-ins, and factory direct lease returns are added daily.
Dwayne here from WholesaleDivision.com. Only the best prices are kept on site and offered to you for 30 days before being sold to other dealers or auctions. I shop competitors' prices daily to ensure some of the best used car, van, and truck pricing in Ontario. WholesaleDivision.com. Used cars a new way. 1020 Upper Wellington, right here in Hamilton.
If you're self-employed with a home-based business, a stay-at-home parent, or retired, Laidlaw Education Services has the ideal part-time job for you as a school bus driver in Hamilton or Burlington. You'll enjoy free training, competitive wages, a chance to contribute to your community, and maybe even make a difference in a child's life. And you have the summers off. Call 1-877-914-KIDS or any Laidlaw branch today. The Fun in the Sun sale is on at Queenston Chevrolet. Take advantage of incredible prices on pre-owned vehicles, perfect for summer cruising. The 2004 convertible Corvette can be yours for $49,998 with less than 11,000 kilometers. Smart lease a new Cobalt LT Cooper sedan for $209 a month OAC. Queenston Chevrolet Corvette Fun in the Sun sale starts today, where massive volume equals massive savings for you. QEW and Centennial Parkway beside Home Depot, Hamilton.
This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs playoff hockey on 820 Jam, the legend.
And welcome back to Copps Coliseum here in Hamilton, Ontario, and a Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. A best-of-7 series led by the Bulldogs, 3-1. The Bears look good in that opening period, a scoreless period, as they try to stave off elimination tonight and force Game 6 on Tuesday at Giants Center. Well, thanks for tuning in to our first intermission, brought to you by Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors. With a large selection of stone imported from every corner of the world, at Bush Granite, countertops and interiors are their specialty. Visit Bush Granite's beautiful showroom at 425 Enfield Road in Burlington, or online at www.bushgranite, that's BUSCHE granite.com. Let's now take a look at tonight's first period scoring summary, brought to you by Picard Peanuts. Well, it's a short one. The Bulldogs didn't get any goals, and the Bears didn't get any goals, as Gary Price and Frederick Cassivi stopped all 15 shots that came their way. The Hamilton Bulldogs had 9 of those shots. The Hershey Bears had 6 of them. The first period power play summary brought to you by Queenston Chevrolet Corvette. Hamilton 0 for 3 with the man advantage, and Hershey 0 for 2 on the power play. So we'll see what happens in period number 2. What I can tell you is that tied after one period in these Calder Cup playoffs, the Hamilton Bulldogs are 9-4, and the Hershey Bears are 5-3. So the Dogs have a better record. That particular stat is concerned, but I'm not sure it means much. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. A great crowd, a season high crowd on hand here at Copps Coliseum. We don't have an exact number yet. I think it's safe to say there's over 13,000 in attendance for Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. And most of them, matter of fact, the vast majority of them, hoping the Hamilton Bulldogs beat the Hershey Bears. Because if they do, the Dogs will win their first ever Calder Cup championship. A long ways to go, though, at least 40 minutes. I kind of have a feeling we might be heading to sudden death overtime tonight. I'm not sure why, but It wouldn't surprise me if these two teams wound up playing a little extra time tonight. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but we're just about set to start the second period. Hamilton Bulldogs with their home white jerseys on with a blue and red trim will move from right to left on your radios. The Hershey Bears with their chocolate brown road jerseys with black and white trim will move from left to right. The puck is on the ice, and the second period is underway here at Copps Coliseum. Here come the Bears in. Wilson whips a shot to the net, but Price grabs it with his glove and holds on. The Bulldogs backstop makes it look oh so easy most of the time, as he did right there. Face-off coming up to the right of the Hamilton net. The line of Chipchura, Baines and Fairlawn on the ice with Gansevsky and Biron on the back end. And Chipchura will take the face-off against Wilson. Wilson wins it back to the left point. Schultz a shot, but that sails wide. And it'll bounce into the near corner. Hedlund tried to pinch in to keep the puck in the offensive zone. He can't, but Fleischman will. Fleischman fires a pass up the near boards to Wilson. Wilson gives it to Klepish. Klepish has his pocket picked by Chipchura and now steals it back. Klepish, he is a shifty character, but he finally has it pulled away by Baines, who bounces it down the ice. Chipchura chases it in behind the Hershey net. Now Fairlawn in there for Hamilton as well, but the Bears will pick it up. Fleischman weaves his way back out to center and gives it to Klepish. Klepish to Fleischman. Slides by him into the far corner, though. Well, Byrne trying to knock it away from the Hershey forward. Squirts loose. Second shot. Redirected by Klepish. And Price makes the save, but there is a Hamilton penalty coming up, Al.
Yeah, we'll check. There's going to be a holding call, and just who is it against? We'll see in a second here. Let me just run some stats by you. The Bulldogs outchanced Hershey in the first period 8-2. 3 of them were no shots taken. How about this face-off stat? Hamilton won 15 of 20. That's 75%. Grabowski was 4 of 4. Lapierre 2 of 2. Chipchura 7 of 10. Bulldogs out-hit Hershey 9-8. Lapierre leading the way with 3. And the giveaways were 19 apiece. And the penalty is to Chipchura.
Hershey heads to their first power play of the second period, third of the game. They're 0-for-2 so far with the man advantage in Game 5. Broken stick. It belongs to O'Byrne, so the Bulldogs down about a man and a half now. But Manlow picks off a green pass and shovels the puck down the ice. So O'Byrne gets to go to the bench to get a new stick.
Boy, how often has that happened in this series?
Here comes Bork. Moves it up the right side to Green, who bumps it by Milroy into the near quarter. Now Green, a big body check on Benoit. But Benoit gets the puck back, and it slides it down the ice. And it's that type of play that makes Andre Benoit such a good two-way defenseman in the American Hockey League. And that certainly helped him rack up the plus points. He's plus 27 in the last 38 games. He's been a plus in 35 in the last 38 games. That's incredible. Here's a shot by Steckel, saved by Price, and now Cote and Barney do some pushing and shoving. And Giroux gets involved too.
Scott Barney, who scored 2 goals in the lone win by Hershey earlier on, was looming over Price there, and Cote took exception to that, and the pushing started. No penalties on the play, however. The face-off to the right of the Hamilton goalie.
Lapierre out there with Baines up front. On the back end, Cote and Archer, but Hershey wins the draw. Back to Green. Green walks the Hamilton line. Feeds it far side to Klepish. Klepish loses it and now gets it back. Klepish will sneak up the left wing side into the corner and move it down a little to Fleischman. Fleischman walks out in front, centers the puck, but it goes right by everybody, and Klepish will come up with it again. 48 seconds to go in the Chipchura penalty. Here's Klepish far quarter. Moves it back to the blue line to Green. Green the shot, but it's blocked. Lapierre will give chase. Lapierre trying to get in on a breakaway. He charges in and gets tripped. And there's a penalty coming against the Hershey Bears. I thought for a second Steve Kazari pointed to center ice to signal the penalty shot. But no. Just a 2-minute minor.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't have been because although he was working like a dog, I don't think that he managed to get fully clear. Almost. That was just a tough break for the defenseman. He swung at the puck. Had he hit the puck first, he would have got away with it. However, he missed the puck, and Green took out Lapierre. So unfortunately for him, and happily for the Hamilton Bulldogs, off he goes. So they're even up now for 35 seconds, and the Dogs will have a
Big shot.
power play.
5-year-old rebound swept by Lambert. Now Jensevsky jams it in behind the Hershey net. Schultz will pick it up for the Bears, but he's hit by Lambert. The puck squirts away. But they get it back. Hendricks in the fireboards. Will move it up the left wing side to Schultz. Schultz's pass goes right by Judney, and we've got an offside call against the Bears at the Bulldogs blue line. We are 2 minutes and 44 seconds into the second period of Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final, and Hamilton has 10 shots. Hershey has 9 shots, but the Bulldogs, the Bears, are still scoreless out.
Already a little bit more flow here to start the second period, Derek, after a very tense and tight first period of play, and a tough one, too.
It's almost as if the teams had to go through that feeling out process again.
Yeah, you know, it happens so often, and this is such a big game, of course.
Kyle Chipchura has stepped out of the penalty box for the Hamilton Bulldogs, so they now have a 1 minute and 20-second Queenston Chevrolet Corvette power play. The first of the period, fourth of the game. They roll for 3. And here they come, Grabowski. He gets hooked to the ice, and there's no call as the puck's cleared back out to center. Drew will grab it there and backtrack to his own blue line. He gives it to Jensevsky, who moves it up the right side to D'Agostini. He loses it. Steckel picks it up and gives it to Hedlund. And now Hedlund will slap it down the ice. The shot goes wide of the Bulldogs' net, and now Jensevsky will drop it behind the net to Drew. 45 seconds to go in the Hamilton power play. Here comes D'Agostini to the Hershey line, and he'll chip it off the boards and into the near corner. D'Agostini in there, Grabowski too. Grabowski can't get a hold of it though as it winds up on the stick of Lang, and he'll lug it out to center before slapping it in. Again, right on Price. But the Hamilton goaltender makes the save, and the Bulldogs will come right back out with it. Drew loses it, gets it back, weaves his way around Hendricks, and now out to center. Drew to the red line, dumps it in behind the Hershey net. 20 seconds left in the Hamilton power play. Wedderburn picks it up, and I think he cleared it into the net over the glass. Yes, he did. And where's the face-off going to be? Inside or outside the line? No definitive signal by any of the officials. Looks like it's going to go to the left of Frederick City, deep in Hershey Bears territory. The Hamilton Bulldogs are trying to get something going with 14 seconds left in the power play. But Hershey wins the face-off, and Wedderburn will whack it off the boards and down the ice.
Benoit was ducking on that one. Come whizzing by his head.
Benoit picks it up. He'll bring it up the middle and out to center as Green comes out of the box for the Bears. So the Bulldogs now 0 for 4 in the power play tonight. They're still scoreless. 24 and a half minutes into Game 5 at Copps Coliseum. Here's Steckel at center. He gets knocked off the puck by fellow number 20, Stortini. And then he doesn't like that, so he gives him a bit of a push. That doesn't bother Stortini, though. Well, the two guys will go in different directions, and we'll have a face-off coming up just outside the Hamilton Bulldogs blue line.
Very effective play, however, by Stortini, because that held up the rush, and Green was steaming in and went offside.
Manlow there with Lambert to his left and Milroy to his right. Cote and Archer the defense pairing. And Manlow wins the face-off against Judney, and now Cote will chip it off the boards and into Bears territory. Green able to get it back to the blue line, and now Judney sends it to center. Cote knocks it down there and slaps it right back in. Now Manlow's got it for Hamilton. Manlow to Milroy. Milroy heads behind the Hershey net, gets knocked off the puck, and now Green will grab it, but he can't get it out. Cote pokes it right back in. Now Arsini will pick it up for the Bears, and he bounces it off the boards and into the neutral zone. Here comes Judney over the Bulldogs line. He fires the shot, and Price swats it away. Rebound to Robitaille, and he's stopped by Price. Loose puck sat in the slot, but Archer cleared it out of harm's way.
A little bit of a bad rebound there by Carey Price, and they almost got him on that rebound, but he just managed to get a piece of it.
Blocking behind the Hamilton net. Archer with it for the Bulldogs as he sets up the breakout. 14:30 left in the second period of Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. And Hamilton and Hershey are still scoreless. Fairlawn will barge into Bears territory. He gets hit by Kleppish. Puck squirts free. Fairlawn gets it back and now loses it again. As Hedlund picks it up and bounces it to the blue line, not out. Benoit holds it on the line. Now tries a snapshot, but it's knocked wide of the net. And Hedlund will drop it off to Schultz, who fires it up the far boards by O'Byrne and to the Hamilton line. O'Byrne picks it up, moves it up the near side to Benoit, who lobs it up in the air and back into Hershey territory. Schultz picks it up for the Bears. Now he loses it. Hedlund takes over. Schultz got hit hard by Fairlawn as the Bears threw the puck out to center. Bulldogs is skipping right back in, but Hedlund will move it right back out to Kleppish up the right wing side. Kleppish over the Hamilton line, slides it behind the Bulldogs net. Fleischman hits O'Byrne, and Kleppish will scoop up the puck. Kleppish tried to center, it bounced off his skate, back to the top of the near circle. Wedderburn whips a shot to the net, and that's stopped by Price. Now Stortini up to Chipchura at center. He'll flip it into the far corner, and Stortini will give chase with a full head of steam. Sloan beats him to the puck, though. Bounces it off the boards and back into the neutral zone. From there, Jansevsky lifts it off the dasher boards and in. Icing call here against the Dogs, so we'll take a timeout with 13-18 left in period number 2 of game number 5. And unbelievably, the Bulldogs and the Bears are still scoreless. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
Robin, get back here and finish breakfast. Hiya, sweetie, stop chasing the dog with your hockey stick. Robbie, let's just get this diaper on, please. Yes, Mommy. Guess what time it is? It's bath time.
You do it for your child every day. Now walk for thousands more. The Walmart Walk for Miracles to benefit children's hospitals across the country. Join us Team 10.
I'm the last one.
Walmart Walk for Miracles.
Me, I'm the last one.
This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs Playoff Hockey on 820 John, the legend.
Fans, you can stay up to date on what's happening throughout the American Hockey League's Calder Cup playoffs by logging on to www.caldercup.com. It has a fresh new look, features the latest postseason news, stories, and stats, real-time scoring, live audio and video cybercast of every game, video highlights from every series, interactive player chats, and latest merchandise from around the league, and links to all 27 AHL teams. Be sure to visit the official online home of the AHL 71st Calder Cup playoffs, www.caldercup.com.
Our 26 minutes and 42 seconds into Game 5 of this Calder Cup Final, and Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are still hunting for the first goal of the game. Pretty hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. But that's how tense things are out here tonight. And that first goal is going to be awfully big.
Face off to the left of Price's net. He's been good tonight, stopping all 13 Hershey Bears shots. Down the other end, Frederick Cassivi has turned away all 10 Hamilton Bulldogs shots. Here comes Locke into the Hershey line. He stops, spins, centers Jansevsky. A shot stopped by Cassivi. And now Arsini shoots it over the glass and out of play. In the National Hockey League, that'd be a 2-minute penalty for delay of game, but not in the American Hockey League, thankfully.
Thankfully is right. And Jansevsky, what a series he has had, not only as a defenseman, of course, Derek, but as a point man. He's got points in every game.
Yes, he's got a 4-game point streak in this Calder Cup Final, and it's not like he has 1 point in 4 straight games. He's averaging 2 points a game in this best-of-7 series, 1 goal, 7 assists. Unbelievable, and that's after he snapped a 4-game pointless streak.
That's performance from the veteran.
Here's Barney for the Bears. He moves it up the middle to Giroux, crosses the Bulldogs line, but gets stood up by Biron. And now Jansevsky will lift it high in the air into the Hershey line. Puck loose outside the Hamilton bench. Stortini gets run over by Giroux, and now gives him a bit of an elbow to the chin. Now Locke ahead to Lapierre, but the pass is picked off by Steckel, who sends it ahead to Barney. Barney breaking it over the Bulldogs line, drops to Giroux. Giroux weaves his way in, waits, fakes, now carries it behind the net, tries to jam it in, and Archer stops the puck. What a save by the Bulldogs defenseman. It would have been 1-0 Bears if not for Andrew Archer. What a play! Here comes Hendricks back over the Hamilton line. He gets hit, loses the puck, but Wiseman will pick it up. Wiseman weaving his way in for Hershey. Tries a shot, but it deflects wide. Now Hendricks has it, and he gives it away to Grabowski. Grabowski up the middle to Milroy. Milroy up the left side to Locke. Locke back out in front. The pass was too far for Grabowski, so he chases it into the corner. And Grabowski to the blue line to Benoit, but the puck bounced by him and out to center. Benoit drops it back to O'Byrne. So he backs up to the Hamilton line, throws it up the middle, but Wiseman knocks it away. And now he has his pocket picked by D'Agostini. The Bork will steal it and bounce it into the Bulldog zone. Wiseman whacks it towards the net, but it's knocked back into the neutral zone. Now Milroy up the left side to D'Agostini. He comes in, fires a shot, and Cassivi kicks it out. Now Bork tries clearing, he can't. Judry will flip it high off the glass and out to center. It hits his teammate Robitaille right in the head. And then he got knocked down by Benoit. A bit of a double whammy there for Louis Robitaille. And now Robitaille throws a needless body check on Benoit and puts himself out of position. That's why he doesn't get a lot of ice time. He's a competitor, but plays like that aren't going to help his team, that's for sure. Puck sent out to center as the Go Dogs Go chant starts here in downtown Steeltown. They have almost made it to the midway mark of the middle stanza. There is still no goals up on the board here at Top Coliseum. Here's Chip Cherry, he gets to center and then dumps it in behind the Hershey net. Picking it up for the Bears is slow, and he gets hit hard by Fairlawn, but still makes the play to Kluppich. Kluppich has it knocked away by Baines as the Bulldogs bounce it right back into the Bears zone. Here's Hedlund. Moves it up the middle, but it will ricochet off his teammate Fleischman and back to Bidon. And now he bounces it off the glass and right back to the Hershey line. But now Hedlund dumps it right back into the Hamilton end. Price plays it up the middle to Chip Chira. Chip Chira will get by Fleischman and now cross center and now cross the Bears' blue line. But Baines is offside for the Bulldogs.
He was straddling the blue line, but he lifted his right leg, and it was the correct call by the linesman.
Fans don't like it, but the linesman was right.
Well, you talk about Jakub Kleppich. He is a real dangerous individual for Hershey in this series. 4 goals in as many games in this series. He had the one game, the first game here, where he really didn't do a heck of a lot, but he's been very dangerous ever since.
Lapierre out there with Manlow and Stortini. Gansevsky and Viron, the defense pairing for Hamilton. They've got the puck behind the Hershey net. Lapierre getting bumped around by Arsini. Centers it out in front. It bounces off the net. Loose puck. Manlow gets robbed by Kissimmee. And now it's cleared off the foot of the linesman and out to center. Giroux gets his stick caught in the jersey of Viron. The Bulldogs will bounce it off the boards and back into Bears territory. I think Kissimmee was a little lucky and a little good right there to make that stop on Manlow. But you know what they say. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. So I guess
he was both all wrapped up.
Both right there, yeah. Now we'll take a timeout with 9:33 left of the second period here at Topps Coliseum, where the Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are still scoreless in Game 5. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
Honey, have you noticed anything different outside today?
Like what?
Come on, boys. Starting to look like 02, 03, you know?
Are they moving it? Aces Garden Center has everything you need to make your lawn the best looking lawn on the block. Fresh cut flowers, acres of trees, shrubs.
Maybe you can swap spots with Don after, so you can see.
Topsoil, sand, gravel, river rock, and more. So you can shop till the cows come home. Aces Garden Center, just off Highway 56 in Skidoo Street.
This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs Playoff Hockey on 820 Jam, the legend.
9:33 left in the second period here at Topps Coliseum. A season high crowd of, I'm guessing, somewhere between 13 and 14,000 on hand. I can't see below us, so it's tough to guesstimate. But
I think that's a pretty good assessment.
That's
maybe more.
My rough estimate of how many people are here tonight. And they've been cheering, but they haven't had a reason to cheer loudly, at least not yet, because the Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are still scoreless despite 27 shots between the two teams. Hershey has one more than Hamilton. 14-13 is where we're at in that category.
I'd love to hear that big uproar soon.
So would Don Lever and Ron Wilson.
Yeah.
The music to their ears. And the fans want to hear themselves, too. Here is Archer up the middle. Grabowski gets run over by Green. And he bounces right back up as usual. Now D'Agostini to Grabowski. Carries it over the Hershey line. Drops. Milroy, a shot that deflects wide. And now Bork will grab it. Get it off the glass, but not out. Archer keeps it in right point. Archer moves it down low. D'Agostini knocks Bork down to the ice, and now Grabowski will go after it. He gives it to D'Agostini, drops it to Grew. Grew a shot, but it's blocked, but he gets it back and gives it to D'Agostini again. D'Agostini into the near quarter, hit by Bork and knocked off the puck, but Hershey can't get it out. Hamilton keeps it in. Grew to the right point. Archer fires a shot that's tipped wide. Now Milroy, he gets pushed off the puck as Arsini picks it up and gives it to Hendricks, and he finally clears the zone. good good shift by the first line of Grabowski, D'Agostini, and Milroy, though.
I don't know how Grabowski survived that hit by, was it Green that got him? Oh, man. He is,
I think a Timex watch.
Yeah, just
keeps on licking and keeps on ticking.
And he made a lovely play to keep the puck in the zone there, too, to get it back to Danny Groove.
Faceoff coming up to the left of Cassivi. Out there. Lapierre, Sortini, and Manlow. And Lapierre wins the draw. Back to O'Byrne with a shot. Loose puck in front. Bulldogs don't see it, though. Green will grab it for the Bears. He dodges the check from Lapierre. And Hershey clears it back to the Hamilton line. Taking over there is O'Byrne. He moves it up the right wing. Manlow picks it up. Takes it ahead to himself. Dances in. Manlow fires a shot and misses on the short side.
Wow.
Now Manlow gets it again. But he loses it in his own feet. And Wiseman will pick it up and move it out to the neutral zone where Stortini intercepts his pass intended for Bork and bounces it right back in. Bulldogs will make a change with now 8 minutes exactly left in the second period. And they're still in a scoreless tie with the Bears here in Game 5. Puck sent it behind the Hamilton net. Klepish picks it up for Hershey. Klepish dodges the check. Centers. Sloan a shot that skips to the net and just wide. Out-centered in front. And Fleischman can't get a shot off. Bulldogs can't get it out though. Wedderburn held it in. Or no, he didn't. You're right, Al. That puck probably came about an inch over the blue line. The fans made the correct call and the linesman followed shortly after.
Yeah, the linesman on the other side had a better view of it and had his hand up there. We were following the play down here, so that's good teamwork by the linesman in this instance.
Face off and go outside the Bulldogs blue line. Shapiro out there. The Baines to his left and Fairlawn to his right. Jansevsky and Biron on the back end. Shapiro wins another face off back to Jansevsky, who moves it up the middle. And now Shapiro pulls out a sand wedge and chips it in. Sloan gets it for the Bears and gives it to Wedderburn, but he gives it away to Baines. Baines will pick it up in behind the Hershey net. He carries it into the far quarter, moves it back across to the near point. Jansevsky a shot, tipped, Cassivi the save, rebound knocked wide of the net. And now it's picked up by Wilson, and he'll lift it up in the air and out to center. Biron takes over, chops it ahead to Fairlawn. Fairlawn weaves his way into the Bears blue line and now gets upended by Sloan, but Chipchura scoops it up in the corner. Chipchura will cut out in front. He's chopped. He fires. Rebound. Right out in front. Fairlawn gets tackled, and there's no penalty. And he missed by about a whisker as he tried to give the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead. Here's Chipchura deep in Bears territory. He carries it in front, loses it, gets it back, takes a shot, and Cassivi makes the save. And now Baines gets dumped. And I think the P has fallen out of referee Steve Kazari's whistle.
Well, it
doesn't seem to be working.
It's about at this time, as things heat up, where you wonder whether they could lose it here, the officials, the referee in particular.
I don't think we're far from that point.
Sloan threw a wonderful hip check over there. Let's give credit for that. That was an old-time hit. And Kyle Chipchura, I'm telling you, he was like a man on a mission there. There was a nice deflection. I don't know if Chipchura did it or Fairlawn. That shot, I believe Chipchura. And Cassivi came up huge. The Bulldogs are really bringing it to Hershey at this stage of the hockey game, Derek.
Yeah, Hamilton has turned the tables in this game, haven't they?
They looked a little tight in the first period. Hershey doing a great job checking. But the Dogs are coming on bit by bit here.
Hershey was the team putting on pressure for a while. Hamilton weathered the storm, and now the Bulldogs are putting on the pressure. The Bears are having to weather the storm as we're still scoreless. Almost 34 minutes in the Game 5. Puck is dumped in behind the Hershey net. Grabowski gives chase for Hamilton, can't come up with it. Instead, Schultz slides it up the left side to Lang. He taps it ahead, but Jutny can't catch up to the pass. Instead, it's picked up by Cote. He tries to clear it out, but can't. Now Grabowski's got it. He'll lock it in behind the net to Archer. Archer up the right side to Milroy, and he redirects it back to the Bears' blue line. Over there is Hedlund. He'll bounce it into the Bulldogs zone, but it's sent right back out. Here comes Milroy in. Milroy, a backhand shot stopped by Cassivi. And there's no rebound. And I think that's one thing that Frederick Cassivi has been a lot better at tonight than he was in games 3 and 4. That's controlling his rebounds.
Yeah, he's been very sharp tonight, Derek. And Duncan Milroy has shown us a lot of skill the last couple of nights, and that was another couple of depth plays on his part.
He changed his skates before last night's game.
Wow.
And they seem to be working for him. 5:49 left in the middle stands of Game 5, and Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears, unbelievably, are still scoreless tonight. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
Since 1974, the Burlington Humane Society has been operating as a no-kill shelter, caring for Burlington's stray and abandoned animals. Their dream, their vision, is to build a new shelter to provide a safe haven for those animals while awaiting their future homes. The animals need your help. Become part of
We've got our breaks in, so we won't even bother trying this one yet. Wait, we'll have a break somewhere in the play.
Okay. Ice in your time.
Yeah.
Or visit BurlingtonHumane.ca.
This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs Playoff Hockey on 820 Joy, the legend.
5:49 remains in the second period of Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. Hamilton Bulldogs 1 win away from their first American Hockey League championship, but the Hershey Bears have been much tougher competition tonight than they were in either Game 3 or Game 4.
Well, they have to have this one tonight, obviously, and both teams have had great scoring opportunities, even though it's 0-0.
Face-off coming up to the right of Cassivi. He stopped 17 of 17 Hamilton Bulldogs shots. Down the other end, Carey Price has turned away 15 of 15 Hershey Bears shots. Here's Stortini. He has his pass picked off, and now he gets it back and carries it in. Kicks it ahead. Up in the air, a backhand shot. Cassivi the save. Got a piece of the puck with his right shoulder. Now it is tapped in left side by Benoit. Benoit heads behind the Hershey net. Tries to wrap around. They score! And 37 seconds into Game 5, and they've got a 1-0 lead.
What a great play by Andre Benoit. First of all, getting around Mike Green, who's a pretty darn good player, and he went behind the goal, came around the wraparound on that play. Green couldn't get back to take Lapierre, who was standing in the blue ice, and had a tap in.
It's his first goal in 14 games, but boy, is it a big one. 1-0 Hamilton leading Hershey here in Game 5. And the fans are alive.
And the Dogs do it again. It took them a long time, but they opened the scoring.
They've scored in each and every one of the first 5 games of this series first, and in 6 straight games going back to the Western Conference Final. Here's the goal.
Can't even hear the goal call. That's how crazy this place is right now. And there's a penalty against Hershey. Going off will be Chad Weissman, the Burlington native. And you can hear he smashes his stick. Better watch it, Chad.
What an opportunity for the Hamilton Bulldogs right here. They lead the Hershey Bears 1-0. And now they head to a Queenston Chevrolet Corvette power play. Their second of the period, 5th of the game. They're 0 for 4, but you've got to wonder when Bruce Boudreau's team will have gone to the well one too many times.
Oh, the crowd's going crazy.
And for good reason. Here's Brew, moves it up the left side to Manlow, and Manlow will chip it into the Hershey zone. Bears can't get it out. Manlow again. Fires a shot off the goalpost! Now Biron on the far side to D'Agostini. Back to Biron, but he fumbled the puck. He recovers it at center and shoots it back in, but the Bulldogs have to clear the zone. And the Bears dodged a bullet right there. The goaltender's best friend bailed him out. That goalpost is the only reason why it's not 2-0. 4:13 left in the second period. 1-0 Hamilton leading Hershey here in Game 5. Bulldogs lead the Bears in this best of 7 Calder Cup final, 3-1. Here's Lang with a shot. He tried to take off Price's head. But Price dodged the puck. And it went over the net. Now Hendricks a shot. Blocked by Groove. Grabowski will grab it in behind his own net. With a minute 3 remaining in the power play. Price's stick's been knocked out of his hands as Grabowski gives it to Lambert. Lambert over the Hershey line. Tried to give it to D'Agostini, but the pass is picked off. And now Schultz will send it down the ice. 50 seconds remaining in the Hershey penalty. Here's Birol. He bounces it up the boards. He nearly had Stortini with a long lead pass. Instead, we got an icing call against the Hamilton Bulldogs as Sloan touches up.
That was one of those. They had to guess the side. The puck was going behind. Stortini tried to take the quickest route there as he could, but still too late for the big guy. Oh, there they go again. The fans are stomping. Bulldogs go.
Face-off coming up to the left of Price. With 3.5 minutes remaining in the middle stanza. Hamilton in front of Hershey, 1-0. Here's a shot kicked out by Price. Beautiful save on Boric. But Steckel got dumped, and we've got a penalty call coming.
Well, for some inexplicable reason, that puck was played back into the fray there by Lambert. And it came right in front of the goal, and Biron took his man down. And I don't know what the referee could have done other than call him on that one.
Well, Chris Bork, a nice play there. Of course, he is the son of Hockey Hall of Famer Ray Bork, who was in the building last night and is again tonight. Arguably one of the top 3 defensemen of all time. And a quick shot right off the face-off, and Price makes the save.
Harry Price hasn't had a lot of action here in the middle stanza, but has been very alert when called upon.
He likes a lot of action. Harry Price, 15-3 in the Calder Cup playoffs when facing 24 or more shots. 0-3 when facing fewer than 24 shots. What a bizarre stat.
It really is.
Hamilton Bulldogs majority owner and chairman Michael Landlauer looks a little nervous right now.
We all are.
Yes, we are. A big body check. Dodged by Manlow as Steckel tried hitting him, putting him through the glass. And Benoit will chase the puck in behind the Hamilton net. Playing 4-on-4 right now, and then the Hershey Bears will head to the power play. With Mathieu Biron still sitting in the box for the Bulldogs. Puck in behind the Hershey net. Bears will grab it as Wiseman comes out of the box. Rain loses it to Lapierre. And now Alberto will pick it up and bounce it off the boards and in behind the Bears net. Chipchura chases for the Bulldogs, but he can't catch up to it. Sloan gives it to Green, and Green will weave his way into the neutral zone. Green gets to center, dances by Chipchura, now crosses the Hamilton line. Green, end-to-end, centers it in front. Here's Wilson, he fires a shot, and Price makes the save.
Well, he tried to get it away quickly, Wilson, but that's a lot like we've been talking about the last couple of nights, Derek. Just a marshmallow type of shot that Price would have no trouble with.
And have you noticed how deliberate Carey Price has been in making saves tonight? When he gets the puck into his belly, he's crumpling it up into a little ball to make sure it doesn't squirt out. I like that. It tells me he's focused. Bears continue with the power play. Here's Bork, right point. He moves the puck up to the near side. Kloppish backs up to the top of the circle, gives it back to Bork. Bork a shot, Price the save, and absolutely no rebound for one of the 3 Hershey Bears standing in front of the Hamilton Bulldogs net.
Oh, here's Price being called upon again to display his wares, and he has been absolutely outstanding.
Again. 2:08 left in the second period. 1-0 Bulldogs lead the Bears on a goal by Maxime Lapierre. 14:37 into this second period. Here's Bork, right point, across the line to Green. Green looking for an open man, finds one. It's Kloppish, far side. Kloppish sneaks up the boards, fires a shot tipped wide by Steckel. Now it's loose behind the Hamilton net. Jansevsky knocks it up the near boards, but Bork holds it in right point, and now he gives it away to Cote. Cote chips it off the boards. He tried to bounce it by Bork to Lapierre, but Bork is able to pick up the puck, and now he'll carry it in. Bork drops it off. Steckel back to Kloppish. Referee Kazari gets it his way. Now Kloppish to the blue line to Bork. 10 seconds to go to the power play. Bork to Green. Green a shot. It bounces off the back of Fleischman to the far corner. And now Kloppish has got it again. Kloppish to Bork. Bork fakes. Slides it near side to Green. As Birol comes out of the box. It's centered in front. Rebound. They score. Jakob Klepish was standing all by himself to the right of Carey Price's net, and he put the puck right into the back of that net. So with a minute 18 remaining in the middle stanza, the Hershey Bears draw even with the Hamilton Bulldogs, and time is tilted 1.
That was a nice setup by Green. He just threw it right into the crease and made it all the way through. Could have gone anywhere. And even though it was not a power play goal, Derek, officially, Matthew Biron did not make it back all the way from the penalty box. So the Dogs really were in a shorthanded position. He was just arriving.
Jakob Klepish has scored in 4 straight games for the Hershey Bears. He seems to be the only guy that gets goals for them. Let's see if the Hamilton Bulldogs can get it back. Here they come 3-on-2. Grabowski drops to D'Agostini. D'Agostini, a shot. It bounces off a leg and wide. Now Grabowski's got it back again. We're to the final minute of the second period. 1-1 the score here in Game 5. Here's D'Agostini far side. He carries it into the corner and now moves it behind the net to Milroy, who centers. Grabowski tries to grab it, but it bounces by him, and Barney will pick it up and sends it ahead to center for Giroux. Giroux back to Barney. He tried to give it back to Giroux, but it bounced by him, and here's Hershey's goal.
Klepish, assisted by number 20, Dave Sell, and number 25, Mike Green. Time of the goal, 18:42. That's Klepish from Sell and Green, time 18:42.
Well, there's an icing call against Hamilton. I am not too sure about that one.
Fans don't seem so sure either.
Fans, now's a great time to get your 2007-2008 Hamilton Bulldogs season ticket. As a Dogs season ticket holder, you'll not only save up to 36% off the box office ticket, which is like paying for 26 games and getting 14 games for free. You also get discounts on Hamilton Bulldogs merchandise, free food vouchers for select games, the opportunity to purchase additional seats for any game at a special season ticket holder price, and a chance to exchange any unused tickets for free tickets to a pair of season ticket holder redemption games. And you'll have access to at least 2 exclusive season ticket holder only events with the team. Call 905-529-8500.
17 seconds left in the second period here at Cops Coliseum. The Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are tied at 1 in Game 5 of their best-of-7 series. Hamilton leads Hershey 3-1 in the series, though. Here comes Manlow in. He loses it. Bounces back to Fairlawn, but that'll do it for the opening 40 minutes here in Game 5. And that was a well-played second period by both teams. The Hamilton Bulldogs bit first, 14:37 in. Maxime Lapierre with number 6 of the Calder Cup playoffs from Andre Benoit to make it 1-0. The Hershey Bears bit back a little more than 4 minutes later at 18:42. Jakob Klepish is 7th of the postseason from Dave Steckel and Mike Green. That squared the score, and 1-1 is where we're at through 2 periods of play.
Well, that was a huge goal by Jakob Klepish there right near the end of the period, and even though the Bulldogs opened the scoring in this one, we have got a game that is totally in the balance here for period number 3. Whatever happened to our crowd? Did they all leave?
Well, we'll stick around.
Funny mic going on.
It'd
here.
be crazy not to. But before we get to the third period, we've got our Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors second intermission coming up. What do you have coming up?
Oh, we're going to have goalie coach Rolly Melanson, who's also an assistant coach for the Montreal Canadiens. And we're going to have him in the first period. But Dave Andrews, the league president and CEO, had a second period interview that he had to do. So Rolly graciously said he'd come for period number 2. So we'll talk to him about how the series has gone, prospects for the future, and, of course, the goaltender that everybody wants to talk about, Carey Price.
All right, sounds good. So we've got Rolly Melanson, that plus the Picard Peanuts second period scoring summary. We actually have some goals to tell you about this time around. So that and more all coming up next in the Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors second intermission. Once again, the score through 2 periods of play in Game 5. It's the Hamilton Bulldogs 1 and the Hershey Bears 1. And this is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
It's dust, sweat, balls,
Try
and
it on 5 and see if it works.
Biggest party, and 820 Jam, the legend, has your ticket. 820 Jam wants to send you west to the Calgary Stampede. Listen for your cue to saddle up. Be the correct caller and instantly win a Cowboy prize pack, courtesy of the Calgary Stampede and Diana Sauce. You'll then be entered into the bi-weekly draw for your chance to win a trip for two to the Calgary Stampede. Includes round-trip flight, accommodations, and spending money, as well as passes to the rodeo, chuck wagon races, and VIP passes to see Marty Stewart live in concert. Saddle up. As we send you rest. Brought to you by Diana Sauce, Calgary Stampede, and 820 Cham, the legend.
First came marriage, house, baby, minivan. In no time, you gained all this excess debt weight? How do you get back on track without giving in to those fad debt-free diets? Trust Catholic Family Services for non-denominational credit counseling. Learn about money management, debt management programs, and more. They'll help you watch what you consume, lose some of the debt fat, and maintain a balanced diet of spending and savings. Credit counseling at Catholic Family Services for a debt-free fit lifestyle. CFSHW.com.
This is Ann. She didn't know she could slice and dice veggies like a pro until Bush Granite installed her new granite countertop.
Pros and Bush Granite did it again, adding value, function, and beauty to
standing on
kitchens
his
and
head
bathrooms
last
everywhere
night,
with granite countertops. Choose from hundreds of natural stones from around the world.
Ann, where's all that food going?
Maybe I'll do it again.
No, just love my new countertop.
Bush Granite countertops and interiors, 300 million years in the making. 425 Enfield Road, Burlington.
Online, BUSCHEGranite.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Russ from Grover Dental Group. Over the past several years, I've helped many people, just like you, enjoy the benefits of consultation for their dentistry. In just one appointment, years of embarrassing or painful dental problems can be corrected while you are totally relaxed.
For more information on methods to relax you or to book your dental appointment, call Dr. Russ now at 1-888-558-3232 or visit GroverDentalGroup.com.
820 Cham welcomes Canadian recording artist Charlie Major to Jackhammers for one night only, Friday, June 15th. With special guest Jamie Warren.
I don't know what that is.
Get your tickets
He's doing
today,
something. I don't know
Friday,
what.
June 15th, only at Jackhammers, just minutes away from Hamilton, Cambridge, and KW. Tickets available at all Ticketmaster locations, Ticketmaster.ca, or Jackhammers Nightclub. 155 Linden Road, Brantford, right behind Tim Hortons.
In the blink of an eye, your entire business can go up in flames. The good news is that New Tech Fire Protection.
Last one.
Thank you.
As the leading supplier of sprinklers, alarms, and extinguishers, New Tech provides ongoing staff training in compliance with ever-changing codes.
Guys
with
look so
building
funny
security
with,
and
no
monitoring
beards on
24
in the
hours a day,
commercials.
365 days a year, New Tech helps keep your business safe. Serving Ontario with 2 locations. New Tech Fire Protection. Call today, 905-549-0111.
This is your team. You're listening to Hamilton Bulldogs Playoff Hockey on 820 Cham, the legend.
Al Craig at Cops Coliseum. It is the second intermission. The Hamilton Bulldogs scored first, but a late goal by Hershey, evening things up at 1-1. And we got a real battle going here in period number 3, and a huge crowd at Cops Coliseum tonight sitting on the edge of their seats. They're really into this one, and a fellow that can appreciate playoff hockey is Rolly Melanson, the assistant coach of the Montreal Canadiens, and as well a goaltending coach for the organization. Rolly, I'm sure you've been involved in a lot of big games like this one.
Well, they're a lot of fun. I think both teams are really putting everything out tonight, and it's fun to see this. It's, our guys have to just keep pushing here and see if we can get our opponent to panic a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that the Dogs seemed to come out, of course they were being pressed considerably by Hershey, which is a very desperate hockey club here obviously tonight, but the Dogs I thought looked like they were holding the sticks a little tight in the first period, but I thought they loosened up considerably that middle period. Would you agree?
Well, before Biron took the penalty, I thought that we owned the last 10 minutes of that second period. I thought we were really coming on, we were getting the better chances, and it's a process here. It's a process of being patient. You're not going to win every game 1-0. It's a real process out there, and our guys are just going to have to be patient and just keep pushing the puck ahead and establish our forecheck, and then we'll get them to start making mistakes.
Now, this is something that really has come together for the Hamilton Bulldogs, exactly what you're talking about. You got to take each game for what it's worth, of course, but you must be really pleased about the positional play of this team and how they seem to have bought into what Don Lever's been preaching for an awfully long time this year.
Well, where they've really bought in is they play good tight defense in their own zone first, and then when they can get pucks and support different breakouts, they chip and get their foot speed going, and they're a really good forechecking team. That's where they get all their offense from. They like getting the puck deep, and when we do get it deep, and allows our Ds to enter into the offense.
Well, getting all their goals from the D, like the other night when they all got together and scored 5, that's an aberration, of course. But it just shows you that Don Lever wants them to take some chances, because hockey is a game of mistakes, and you got to take your opportunities, and we just end up zip every night if you didn't do that.
Well, I think it's what Don is trying to teach the guys is to make smart decisions when they're taking chances. When Benoit pinched in on the blue line there, that was a smart pinch.
Right.
He ends up taking the puck behind the net. He gets the rebound over to Lapierre, and it's 1-0. Those are smart pinches. Those are smart plays, and that's what Don's been preaching all year.
And Benoit's a classic example of guys we could talk about. Grew another one. He has improved his game. It's unbelievable the way he's come on. And actually, Bob Gainey told me the last 18 months has been a steady improvement for Andre Benoit.
Well, I mean, this is a guy that possibly will go to Europe next year, and we're kind of sad to see that if it does happen. But he definitely has improved, and he's not that far away from being an NHL defenseman. And it's we talk all the time about patience, and his situation is a little bit of patience. Maybe another half year in the American League, he might be real close to playing the NHL.
Yeah, would it be a detriment to him, do you feel, if he went to Europe?
Well, there's always pros and cons to everything. If you go to Europe, it's more of a skating game, where when you stay in North America, it's more of a physical game. And I think he handles both part of the game. If he thinks he can go and get a step offensively as far as the skating, this is probably a decision for both him and his agent have discussed.
Our special guest, Montreal Canadiens assistant coach and Canadiens goaltending coach, Rolly Melanson. And another thing that I got to believe, with the defense taking some of the chances that they have, to know that you got a guy like Carey Price, even at 19 years old back there, this is, if you do make a mistake, he's going to stop him.
Well, for sure. I mean, he's, we saw him at the World Junior. We saw his progress the last 2 years. He's gone through 2 camps now. He's very much into the system. He goes out there and just does his job. He doesn't do any more than he has to. He really controls his energy, and he feeds a lot of confidence to his teammates. And his job is to give us a chance to win every night, and for the most part, he's been doing that in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think Coach Don has said that this is his most effective penalty killer. That says an awful lot about a goalie at any age, really.
Well, I mean, it comes, your goaltender is your best penalty killer, but you see guys like Baines, and you see guys like Lapierre, and you see guys like in our Ds like Cote, and you can go down the line. How many guys are paying the price and are blocking shots and getting into those shooting lanes where they have to shoot the puck wide to try to establish some offense. And when you're doing that, you're really getting them to play into your hands.
Yeah, and when I was talking to Carey, was also saying they're so great, or they've become great at boxing out. I mean, there is a clear lane there that guys are shooting from. It's like picking cherries for this guy. You're not going to beat him from 45, 50 feet out. You're just not.
And even when they do establish traffic with him, Carey's such a big man, he actually looks over the traffic, and instead of trying to look around and through holes, he looks actually above their shoulders to pick up the release. And they're really doing this overall as a real team commitment to wanting to win games. And it's not one individual player. It's not just Carey Price. It's everybody's on board.
Real interesting stat for him. He's 15-3 when he faces 24 more shots in the game in the Calder Cup playoffs. 0-3 when facing fewer than 24 shots in a game in the same playoff season. I guess that just speaks for the fact that the goalie does like to get a few saves every once in a while to stay awake, if anything.
Well, there's an adjustment that you go through from junior to pro, too. In junior, you get lots of mistakes and lots of shots, and we're lucky. Right now, the visiting team's got 21 shots, so they will probably get 24, 25 tonight. So hopefully we'll win another one, because I know we're anxious to try to get this finished, and we have 3 tries at it. They just have 1, but we like to finish this off here tonight.
Okay, I'll just before we let you go, I'll ask you to take your goalie mask off and put your assistant coach hat on. And what do you think the Bulldogs have to do, other than obviously get one more goal than Hershey here? But how do they approach this third period of play? Do you go for it, or do you wait?
No, I mean, we won one game. You got to stay patient, and if it takes overtime to win the game, you do it. We're a more rested team than they are, and I think that we have a bunch of guys that they can go out there and sacrifice for each other, and I think we'll find a way to pay the price and get this done tonight.
Well, Rolly, I want to thank you for a whole season of stepping in here and keeping us abreast of what's going on, not only with Carey Price, but all the goaltenders in the organization, because it has certainly been an interesting year when it comes to netminders in the Montreal Canadiens system, and we really do appreciate when you come in and give us your expertise on what's going on. Thanks a lot.
All right, Al. My pleasure.
Roland Melanson, the assistant coach of the Montreal Canadiens and goalie coach. He's seeing a 1-1 tie. The Bulldogs trying to wrap up the Calder Cup tonight, but they are really getting resistance from the defending Calder Cup champions, and really there should be no surprise there. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
Family-run businesses are a diamond in the rough in today's industry. That's why shopping at BJ's Furniture Warehouse is such a pleasure. Since 1983, BJ's Furniture Warehouse has been providing customers with outstanding service and superstore selection at warehouse pricing. With over 30,000 square feet filled with beautiful pieces from Canada and around the world, they continue to meet their customers' needs daily. The best selection, the best prices. Come see why they shine. BJ's Furniture Warehouse, 940 Queenston Road, Stony Creek.
It's that time of year again. Time to get a foursome together and join the Canadian Football Hall of Fame Celebrity Golf Tournament presented by Joseph's Estate Wines of Niagara-on-the-Lake. The excitement takes place September 13th at Century Pines Golf Course. Both sponsorships and foursome prize opportunities are available now, but going fast. Golf registrations are just $780 for a foursome or $195 per golfer. Don't wait. Reserve your foursome today by calling the Canadian Football Hall of Fame at 905-528-7566.
Do you need someone to talk to about your financial problems? My name's Ted Michaelis of Hoyes Michaelis Trustees in Bankruptcy. We've helped literally thousands of people just like you solve their financial problems by developing a plan unique to their situation. You've heard us on the radio, you've seen us on TV, for some reason you still haven't called. If you think you're experiencing financial problems, you probably are. Take the time to look us up on the net. HOYES.com is our website, or call us at 310-PLAN, and let's get started.
Now, it all started 25 years ago when a guy named Jim Picard planted some peanuts. Well, they grew. And now Picard Peanuts is going nuts. Roasted peanuts, fancy redskins, jumbo cocktails, and our crispy potato-coated chip nuts, all grown right here in Ontario. You can get all the nuts you want at Picard Peanuts in Simcoe, Calderville, St. Jacobs, Farm Hill, and Niagara-on-the-Lake, home of the all-Canadian peanut, Picard Peanuts. Drop on in.
York's Affinity Series air conditioners are quiet and efficient, and they come in a choice of colors.
Bermuda, to match my shutters.
Get up to $1,500 cashback or extended warranties on select products when you install a qualifying York air conditioner. Conditions apply. Offer only available for participating registered York Liberties dealers.
Call Air One Heating and Cooling at 905-385-2800 and also receive up to $2,300 government cashback. Visit www.air1.com.
He's country, he's cuddly, and he's hitting the road again this summer. Look for Chammy, the 820 Cham mascot, with the community cruiser at an event near you. Invite Chammy to your event by emailing mascot@820cham.com. He'll arrive with fun and prizes in the community cruiser, brought to you by wholesaledivision.com. Use cars the new way on Upper Wellington Street, Hamilton, and 820 Cham, the legend.
Oh, well.
Keep listening for more all-time country favorites after Bulldogs playoff hockey on 820 Cham, the legend.
And welcome back to Cobbs Coliseum here in Hamilton, where through two periods of play, the Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are tied at 1 in Game 5 of their best-of-7 Calder Cup final. Thanks for tuning into the second intermission, brought to you by Bush Granite Countertops and Interiors. With a large selection of stone imported from every corner of the world, at Bush Granite, countertops and interiors are their specialty. Visit Bush Granite's beautiful showroom at 425 Enfield Road in Burlington, or online at www.bushgranite, that's BUSCHE granite.com. Let's now take a look at our second period scoring summary, brought to you by Picard Peanuts. Well, neither team managed to put the puck in the back of their opponent's net in the first period tonight, but we did have 2 goals in the second period of play. First one scored at 14:37 by Maxime Lapierre, his 6th of the Calder Cup playoffs, from Andre Benoit to make it 1-0 Hamilton. But Hershey got that goal back a little more than 4 minutes later at 18:42. Jakob Kloppisch, his 7th of the postseason. And Dave Steckel and Mike Green squared the score at 1, and that's where we stand through 2 periods of play. Hershey outshot Hamilton 15-11 in that middle stanza. The Bears have one more shot than the Bulldogs through 2 periods of play, 21-20. The second period power play summary brought to you by Queenston Chevrolet Corvette. Hamilton was 0 for 2 with the man advantage and are 0 for 5 in the hockey game. Hershey was 0 for 1 and are 0 for 3 tonight. Al, do you have some more second period stats?
That I do, Derek. And the scoring chances in the period 6 for Hershey give them 8 after 40, and the Bulldogs 13, including 3 where they did not even take a shot. 21 after 40 minutes of play. Odd man rush is 2 for Hamilton. Breakaway no goal, 3 on 2 no goal. Hershey 14 giveaways, Hamilton 11. The hits, Hamilton 19. Biron had 4 leading the way. Chipchura and Fairlawn 3 apiece. 10 hits for Hershey. Tyler Sloan leading with 2. Good bounce back for Hershey in the second period in the face-off department as they won 54% of the 26 draws, 14-1. And the top man was Kyle Wilson, 3 of 5. That's 60%. Dave Steckel, 55%. I should actually say that Matt Hendricks was the best at 5 of 7. That is 71%. Top Bulldog, 67%, 6 of 9. Maxime Lapierre.
Well, we'll see what happens here in the third period when tied through 2 periods. Hershey 1-1 in these Calder Cup playoffs. Hamilton 2-1. So not a lot to choose between the two teams in that category.
Well, Rolly Melanson, I asked him, how do you approach the third period? And he felt that the best way is with patience. If it requires overtime, so be it.
Well, the third period of play is now underway here at Copps Coliseum. The Hamilton Bulldogs with their home white jerseys on with the blue and red trim, moving from left to right on your radios. The Hershey Bears with their chocolate brown jerseys with white and black trim, moving from right to left. Puck is slapped in behind the Hershey net. It's scooped up and cleared all the way back into the Hamilton zone by Schultz. O'Byrne will chase it and pick it up in front of his goaltender Price. Now he plays it up the right wing side to Chipchura, who chips it in behind the Bears net as Hamilton makes a change. And here comes Hershey back out. Schultz. The puck whacked away by D'Agostini. Now he'll bank it off the end boards to the far corner for Hedlund. Hedlund, a long lead pass to Bork, and he'll dump it into the far corner. Benoit knocks it down. Wiseman will go after it. Penalty coming up, or maybe not.
Yes.
Looks like the
high stick of the
puck was knocked down with a high stick. Oh.
Got a little worried there. Well, I'm sure that the Dogs will be very careful here not to top this one up. Hershey will be coming, though. They got it.
Well, the Bulldogs would love to get a goal here to jump back out in front of the Bears 2-1. And there are about 14,000 other fans here that would like to see Hamilton get a goal. That's if Hershey has 205 fans here, because the attendance tonight is 14,205. Here comes Grabowski over the Bears' blue line. He tries a shot, but it's blocked by Arsini. And now it's sent back to the blue line to Cote. Cote keeps it in, gives it to Grabowski. He gets knocked off the puck, and now it'll bounce up in the air. Wiseman able to knock it down and sends it out to center to Bork. Bork will bring it over the Bulldogs' blue line, but his drop pass is picked off by D'Agostini, who gives it to Milroy, and he'll chip it in off the near boards. Grabowski goes after it, gets in hard by Green in the near quarter. That's the second time Mike Green has run over Mikhail Grabowski tonight. And now the puck is picked up by Giroux, and he shoots it down the ice. Archer races back, touches up, icing call against the Hershey Bears. 1 minute and 38 seconds into the third period, with these two teams still tied at 1.
Green is a very tough hombre out there, Derek. But what's toughness? I would say that Mikhail Grabowski exemplifies toughness. The way he, as you say, bounces back up again. It's unbelievable.
Face off to the right of Pacifi. Lapierre out there with Locke and Stortini. On the back end, O'Byrne and Benoit. Bulldogs win the face-off. Lang goes down. Can't control the puck as Stortini picks it up. But now he gives it away to Juvie, and he's going to carry it out to center and then dump it into the Hamilton zone. Price tried to stop him, but it bounced off the tip of his stick. And now up the near boards where Lapierre gets held up by Giroux, but Benoit is back there to bail out his teammate. Benoit bounces it off the inboards to O'Byrne. O'Byrne to Locke, ahead to Stortini. Stortini skates it over center and bounces it into Bears territory. Bulldogs pick it up, but it hops away from Locke, and now it's cleared back down the ice by Wedderburn. Here's Giroux. Giroux to Klempis with a shot. Great save by Price. Looked a little awkward making the stop, but he made it. Now Giroux gives it away, and it'll bounce back into the neutral zone to Wedderburn. He walks over the Bulldogs' blue line and dumps it behind the net. Steckel picks it up for the Bears in the far half boards. He centers. Fleischman dances in and loses his footing. And now Baines will grab it and bring it out to center. Baines stood up by Schultz, and Hedlund will pick up the puck for Hershey. And he bounces it off the boards and out to center. Waiting for it is Fairlawn. Fairlawn drops it back into the Hamilton zone. Now Jancevski ahead to Chipchura. He curls up the right wing side. Dances by Fleischman. And now by Wilson. And now he'll bank it off the boards and in. Saving out of his net. Will stop it for Hedlund. As we have now reached the 3-minute mark of the third period. Now we'll give away. Chipchura centers. And Fairlawn's shot gets blocked. Now Wilson will pick it up. He dodges a check from Fairlawn. And the puck's bouncing around just inside the Bears line. Barney able to grab it and get it down the ice. Price out of his net, plays it up the near boards and all the way back into the Hershey end. And an icing call coming against Hamilton as Arsini touches up.
Well, the most excitement during that last couple of minutes of play. Giroux, a very dangerous guy in his own right, passing to Klepish, who got that shot away. A hard one, and it was labeled. A terrific pad save required by Carey Price very early on in period number 3 in a 1-1 game.
Face off to the right of Price. Chipchura wins it. Jancevski will give it to D'Agostini, and he taps it ahead to Milroy. Milroy chases, but Green gets to the puck first, and he will bounce it off the boards to center, where Grew knocks it down and shoots it right back in. Cassetti will stop it behind the net. D'Agostini steals the puck. It's loose, but Milroy can't get a hold of it. Now Arsini slides it up the ice and out to center. Drew will bounce it right back into the Hershey zone. Grabowski picks it up. Grabowski tried to give it to Milroy, but it bounced off the bum of Wilson, and now D'Agostini's got it. D'Agostini drops back to the blue line, fires a shot. It's loose, out in front. Now Archer spins and shoots. It bounces to the net. That is kicked out by Cassivi. Now Grabowski back to the blue line, but the puck hopped in the air, and Drew's going to have to regroup at center. Takes a hit for Barney, but not before he dumps it in. And Cassivi will tee the puck up for Green. Green up the left side to Hendricks, and he redirects it in behind Price's net. And now Price will stop it for Benoit. We are 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the third period here at Copps Coliseum. Hershey's out shooting Hamilton 23-20, but the Bulldogs and the Bears are tied at 1 game 5. Here comes Locke over the Hershey line. Locke stops, dances by Sloan, fires a shot, and it gets deflected wide. And now Hendricks will lift it up over the glass and out of play.
The tense moments there down in the Hershey end as well. End-to-end stuff here, Derek. You're not showing a lot of patience out there. They're going for it.
It's been a very good game.
Yep, there is. A spin around there by Archer went right off the skate of Kazari and almost in.
Bulldogs could have used that break. Face off to the right of the Bears' net. Lapierre out there with Locke and Stortini. Wins the draw. Benoit's shot from the blue line gets blocked, but it's held in left point by O'Byrne. He moves it behind the net to Locke. Locke has it pulled away by Wedderburn, but now Lapierre will take over far quarter. His pass back to Locke is picked off by Wedderburn. Moves it ahead to Lang. Lang gives it to Giroux. Steps over the Hamilton line. Giroux. But his pass to Judery got knocked away by Benoit. Now Judery will just send it in behind the Bulldogs' net. It slides around to the far side. Lang hit hard by O'Byrne. And now Giroux's got it. But it's knocked off his stick by Lapierre. Benoit fighting for the puck with Giroux in the corner. Giroux tries to walk in front. Penalty coming up against Hamilton. And now Giroux pushes Price right into the Bulldogs' net. Penalty call, though.
I believe Benoit is going to be the man going off, Derek.
So the Hershey Bears will head to the power play for the first time of the third period. And for the fourth time tonight, they're 0 for 3 with a man advantage so far in Game 5.
And now it's little things like this that could play such a key role in this game. Benoit tried to get the puck away from Giroux. Giroux got there first. Benoit took it down in the corner. Good call by referee Steve Pizarro.
Face off to Price's right. Chipchura and Milroy up front with Biron and Jancevski on the back end. Chipchura wins the face-off. Jancevski, though, has the puck stripped by Klepish. Klepish drops it to Steckel. Steckel gives it back to Klepish in the near corner, but it's whacked away. It goes over the glass and out of play, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's interesting. I thought the Bulldogs shot it and it was deflected off the Hershey player over. But the face-off's to the right of Price.
And And the Bears win it. Steckel to Klepish. Klepish spins away from Chipchura. Has the puck near half boards. Klepish, a dangerous man, moves it back to the blue line to Green. Green is shot blocked in front by Biron. And now Chipchura scoops up the loose puck, banks it off the boards, and down the ice. Minute and a half remaining in the Benoit penalty. Here comes Bork out of the Bears zone. Bork weaves his way through the neutral zone, but loses it at the Bulldogs' blue line. He goes back to Green, and he'll slap it in from center. Puck will rim around to the near side. Klepish picks it up. Centers Fleischman, a shot, and Price makes a great save. Game across the crease to make that stop. Now Klepish to the blue line. Green a shot that's off a foot and wide. Now Bork's got it near half boards. Bork will whip it around to the far corner to Klepish. Minute remaining in the Benoit penalty. Klepish moves it in behind the net to Fleischman. Fleischman to Klepish, but it bounces by him. And now Bork's got it top of the far circle. Bork to Klepish. Klepish sneaks in, fires a shot, it deflects wide. And Archer will hammer it off the glass and down the ice.
A lot of nice passing by Hershey there.
Bulldogs doing a pretty good job keeping the Bears to the perimeter, though.
Yep.
Puck bouncing around at the Hamilton line, and we get an offside call. 34 seconds left in the Hershey Bears power play. 13-18 in the third period. This tilt is still tied at 1.
Takes an awful lot for the opposition, no matter who they are. Chicago or Hershey, most notably in the last 2 series, even Manitoba before that, to get the Hamilton Bulldogs to run around. They're playing their position so very well.
They've done it all season long, especially in these Calder Cup playoffs. Here's Green up the left wing to Giroux. Giroux ahead. Barty, a backhand shot, but it deflects off the stick of Jansevsky up over the glass. And out of play. Dan Jansevsky had what the coaches would call a good stick there.
Well, there's been a lot of good sticks in this series, especially for the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Face off to Price is right. Hershey Bears with a 24-21 edge in shots tonight. Almost 7 minutes into the third period.
Well, there's the 24 shots on that statistic where Price is 15-3. Let's hope it holds true again tonight. Even Rolly Melanson was kidding about that one.
Puck shot into the Hamilton Bulldogs bench, or over it, and out of play. With 15 seconds remaining in the Benoit minor. Hamilton still hasn't been able to get much going on offense in this third period, although they're shorthanded right now. The Bears have been set up on the power play, but no really good chances, at least not yet.
Only 3-1 the shots on goal favoring Hershey this period. We're 7 minutes in.
Byrne dumps the puck down the ice. 5 seconds left in the Hamilton penalty. Schultz will try to hurry the puck up down the ice. He plays it ahead to Hendricks, but Benoit's out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5. Here's Hendricks. His pass is picked off, and now D'Agostini's got it. And he gives it away to Giroux, and Giroux will turn out to center, take a hit from Fairlawn, but not before he plays it into the Hamilton zone. Now Biron moves it across to the far side to Groove. He chips it up the boards to Milroy, and he'll fire it in. Bulldogs make a change, and Schultz will pick it up for the Bears and drop it off to Hedlund. Hedlund ahead to Lang up the right wing, and he'll bounce it in behind the Hamilton net. Judery in there looking for it for the Bears. Can't come up with it. Puck slides up the near side. It's kept in by Wiseman. Wiseman to the high slot. Now Wedderburn a shot, and that sails high and wide. Another penalty coming up against Hamilton. Hershey trying to get Kissimmee to the bench and an extra attacker on the ice, and they do. Matter of fact, they're trying to get 2. That's not going to work. Here's a shot. It's off a skate, and D'Agostini will golf it out of harm's way. And as he touches the puck, the Bluebirds begin to fly around Cops Coliseum because the Hershey Bears are going to head to another power play when we come back. 11:53 left in the third period here at Cops Coliseum. The Hamilton Bulldogs and Hershey Bears are tied at 1 in game number 5. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network. Scott Rowley predicted a late third period goal. Good for him. He didn't say for her, though.
Uh-oh.
Keep listening for more all-time country favorites after Bulldogs playoff hockey on 820 JM, The Legend.
Fans visit the Dogs in their cyber doghouse, www.hamiltonbulldogs.com, featuring an interactive fan forum, live audio and video cybercast of every game, bios and photos of your favorite players, and of course the latest Dogs news, stories, stats, and scores. This is your team at www.hamiltonbulldogs.com is the official online home of your Hamilton Bulldogs.
Faceoff coming up to the right of Carey Price's net. He's been very good again tonight, stopping 24 of 25 Hershey Bears shots. Down the other end, Frederick Cassidy's looks the best he has, at least here in Hamilton, in games 3, 4, and 5 of this series, as he's stopped 20 of 21 Bulldog shots. Well, Mathieu Biron is in the penalty box. Kyle Chipchira, Duncan Milroy, Jean-Philippe Cote, and Andrew Archer start the penalty kill. And Cote comes up with the puck behind his net, but he can't clear it out. Fleischman dumps it between his legs to Klappisch. Klappisch loses it, and now Chipchira picks it up and charges out to center. Chipchira over the Bears' blue line, weaves his way in, and now drops the puck back to the Bulldogs line. Nice job of the penalty kill by the rookie Kyle Chipchira. I have to remind myself the kid's a rookie. Doesn't play like one, does it?
It's unbelievable. It seems like if he wants to hold on to the puck, he's just not getting it.
Bears will bounce it into Bulldogs territory, but an icing call to play. You don't see too many of those on the power play, do you?
No. That's trying to force the issue there, Derek. It went awry. The fans got a real kick out of that one. Comes down about 160, 70 feet down the other end.
It's the second power play of the period for Hershey. Fifth of the game. The Bears are 0 for 4 with a man advantage so far in tonight's tilt. Face off to the left of Cassidy. Bulldogs win it. Lapierre back to the blue line, and O'Byrne will lug it out to the neutral zone. He drops it back into his own end for Benoit. Now Benoit will lift it up in the air and down the ice. It's the old KISS theory. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what the Hamilton Bulldogs do on the power play, and they're very smart for playing that way when they're down a man. Puck is dumped in behind the Hamilton net. Hershey trying to get a hold of it with a minute remaining in their power play. Benoit will pick it up in the near quarter. He's being double-teamed by Bork and Steckel. Puck comes out in front. Klappisch back to the blue line. Great shot, and he fires it wide on the short side. Now Klappisch knocks it to Fleischman, who tried to center it in front. It was whacked away by Benoit. Now Klappisch has it again. Moves it into the far quarter. Fleischman walks in front. Tries the shot, but it's blocked. And now a 2-on-1 for the Bulldogs. Lapierre and Baines. Lapierre up the right side. Centers. Baines shoots. Scores! A.J. Baines buries that pass from Maxim Lapierre. And short-handed, the Hamilton Bulldogs have taken a 2-1 lead. Wow! What a goal!
Now what a counter-attack. You talk about transition hockey. Unbelievable. A.J. Baines being taken down on the play there right at the end by Tomas Fleischman. But Lapierre, what a heck of a job Lapierre did in getting it over to A.J. Baines. That was a long 2-on-1. Baines crashing into the end boards, but with a big smile on his face.
I guess so. Who let the Dogs out? A.J. Baines let the Dogs out. 2-1 Hamilton. Here comes Hershey still in the power play. Wiseman a shot and flutters over the net. We're approaching the midway mark of the third period here in Hamilton. Here's the Bulldogs' shorthanded goal. A.J. Baines. Hold on, another break. Locked down the ice. He shoots and Cassidy makes the save. Back to the goal call.
That's Baines from Lapierre down to the shorthanded goal. 9:33.
Well, the fans are awake, and they're making some noise. There's power play is over, and it was not productive. Not one bit. The Bulldogs a shorthanded goal. And they nearly broke down the ice 2-on-2, but the puck wound up on their bench and out of play. Let's listen to this crowd. What a way to send it to break. 14,205 fans cheering and a little stomping Tom Cutters in the background. 9:31 remains in regulation time at Cops Coliseum. And the Hamilton Bulldogs thanks to a shorthanded goal by A.J. Baines, are back out in front of the Hershey Bears. 2-1. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
If you're tired of sharing,
where do I put Baines in the 3 stars? I mean, Lapierre's the man.
Music and movies, it's time you got internet from Compatico. And right now it's more affordable than ever. You get the first 3 months free. Then save $250 off their regular rate over the next 22 months. Hurry in today to sign up and experience the internet like never before with Simpatico. Visit your local Bell Road store. Meadowlands, Jackson Square, and Oakwood Place for details. Some conditions apply.
Keep listening for more all-time hockey favorites. After Bulldogs playoff hockey on 820 Cham, no legend.
9:31 left in the third period here at Cops Coliseum. The Hamilton Bulldogs are 1 win away from capturing the Calder Cup for the first time in franchise history. But the Hershey Bears are far from dead. They trail by a goal. They trailed by a goal once tonight, and they battled back to tie the tilt-up. Can they do it again? That's the question.
You asked a very difficult question.
We won't know the answer for at least another 9.5 minutes. Fans, they know what they want the answer to be. Got a loud crowd here at Cops Coliseum tonight. Here comes Wiseman, and weaves his way into the Bulldog zone, drops it off to Lang. Lang, a shot that sails over top of the net. And went into the netting, and out of play.
Well, he just wanted to make sure on that one. Hopefully they made it right, and it was ruled a deflection. Face-off stays in the Hamilton zone for the right of Barry Price. Oh, baby. The 19-year-old kid in goal here. What this could mean. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Manlow out there. Grabowski and D'Agostini. Benoit O'Brien on the back end. Manlow takes the face-off against Judery. Wins it. Bulldogs threw the puck up the boards. Not out. It bounces into the high slot. Judery dumps it into the far corner where Lang takes over. Lang moves it back to the right point to Arsini. Arsini, a shot that goes way wide of the net. Now D'Agostini will pull on his sand wedge and chip it all the way back to the Bears' blue line. Here's Judery, and he hit a man outside the Hershey bench. Too many men on the ice.
They're really upset. Rob Wiseman's down there.
It was as clear as day, Al Craig. And the Hamilton Bulldogs, wait a minute here. Did you just see that?
No.
Jakob Klepish bumped the linesman, Scott Cherry. Not once, but twice. Wow. He's lucky he didn't get called for abuse of official there. Well, they're talking about it. Will they call a penalty for delay of game? Or, for too many men on the ice? Yes, they will! And the fans show their appreciation by starting to wave here at Cops Coliseum. Well, the Hamilton Bulldogs with a 2-1 lead will head to a Queenston Chevrolet Corvette-powered power play. Their first of the third period, 6th of the game. They're 0 for 5 with a man advantage, but have the Hershey Bears gone to the well one too many times with these penalties. Here come the Dogs. Soder center. Jansevsky will shoot it in. He's in the back end with Crew. Lapierre, Milroy, and Locke up front. Here's Lapierre. He drops it back to the right point to Locke. Locke sneaks in. Centers. Puck bounced by Jansevsky and Lapierre. Now the Bears bring it back the other way. Locke hurries back to prevent the 2-on-1. Weissman weaving his way in. Centers the puck and Steckler shoots it wide. Well, the Bulldogs nearly gave up a short-handed goal minutes after they scored one there. And here comes Drew back out to the neutral zone, and from there he'll slap it in. Milroy will pick it up in the far corner and protect the puck. He centers it out in front, but no Bulldogs are in front of the Bears net, but Fleischman almost scored on his own net. But Cassidy was able to cover it up before it went in.
Well, the fans are sensing what's happening here, but Hershey working real hard to get this penalty taken care of, and that'll be giving them about, just a little less than 7 minutes to deal with the deficit should nothing happen here.
Keep in mind, Dave Steckel scored 3 shorthanded goals in these Calder Cup playoffs. He'd love to get a 4th to get his team back to even in this game. Bulldogs, though, would love to take a 2-goal lead to give themselves a bit more breathing room. O'Byrne moves it back to the right point to D'Agostini. He walks the line, takes the shot, gives it to Manlow. Manlow back to the blue line. O'Byrne across to Benoit left point. 50 seconds left in the power play. Benoit back to O'Byrne, and now back to Benoit. Benoit backs up to the blue line, feeds it across to O'Byrne. O'Byrne to Manlow near circle. Manlow circles around, slides it down low. Grabowski whips a shot wide of the net. Matter of fact, he went off the stick up over the glass and out of play.
And let's see what's happening here on the face-off. Stays in the zone. 37 seconds remaining in the penalty. The too many men on the ice penalty being served by Kleppus. And the Bulldogs have got to pay a lot of attention to a very skilled hockey player who is in the box. And make sure that they're aware of him when he gets out, or he could be on his way.
Face off to the left of Cassidy. Locke wins the draw to himself. Taps it back to the blue line to O'Byrne. O'Byrne across to Benoit left point. Half a minute remaining in the power play. Benoit walks the line. He's looking for a lane to the net or an open man. And he finds one in Lapierre. Lapierre far half boards. Back to the blue line to Benoit. Benoit shot. Loose in front. Locke centers. Sortini a shot. Rebounded Lapierre. And he gets decked. It's still loose. And a quick whistle on the referee. And the play is stopped.
What a scramble, reminiscent of the opening goal by Grabowski last night.
Yes, very similar.
Bodies lying all over the place in the crease. And I'll tell you, kudos to Andre Benoit. The puck came back to him. I don't know, I guess he heard the whistle. He could have unloaded into a pile of players. Sortini right in the crease. Corey Locke having to play. Lapierre arriving late. Fires it into the pile, and I guess, I don't know who's got it.
Bulldogs with 10 seconds to go in their power play. O'Byrne moves it behind the Bears net. Now Lapierre centers it in front, but Sortini couldn't pick up the puck. Now Hendricks comes back the other way. Hendricks over the Hamilton line, drops it behind his back. Borka shot, and Price grabs it with his glove and holds on.
Harry Price has got that uncanny ability to make an easy-looking save on a big rush like that. We've seen it time and time again. It's got to be extremely frustrating to the Hershey Bears for him to do that.
But can he shut the door for the next 6 minutes and 44 seconds?
They'll be
That's
coming.
what everybody here at Cobb's Coliseum is wondering.
Well, remember last night, this is about the time when they started picking it up.
Face off to Price's left, won by Chip Chura. And the puck's cleared up the boards, and Fairlaw is able to knock it down the ice.
Trouble is, last night it was a 2-goal deficit, not a 1.
The Hershey Bears were down 4-0, and the Hamilton Bulldogs stopped playing.
Yep.
And the Bears got back into the game, making it 4-2 before the Bulldogs regained the 4-goal lead when they took 5-2 and then 6-2 leads. Here's Hendricks. He carries it into the far corner. Chipchura steals it. And now Cote pokes it by Bort and chips it off the glass and out to center. And now Fairlaw will flip it off the boards and into the Hershey zone. Picking it up for the Bears is Green. He swings around to the far boards. Bounces it off the foot of Fairlaw. And Hamilton nearly got caught with too many men on the ice. But the Bulldogs get away with it. And here comes Manlow over the Bears' blue line. He heads behind the net and now turns back into the near quarter. Manlow drops it behind his back. Pass slides by Grabowski. And Green will grab it in the near quarter. Hamilton makes the change with now 5:40 remaining in regulation time at a 2-1 lead. Lappish over the Bulldogs' blue line, loses the puck. And now it is whacked out to the neutral zone by Manlow, who gets it to D'Agostini, and he'll dump it in. Sloan chases it. Grabowski gets hooked by Sloan. Penalty coming up against the Bears. What a dumb penalty by Sloan. There was no need. He had support there in Wedderburn. He hooked Grabowski right around the neck. He lassoed him. And now the Hershey Bears are going to be short-handed for 2 minutes or less.
Well, he even had the puck, didn't he? Oh, he got him before. Yeah.
Bit of a brain fart there, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
So we're going to take our final timeout tonight and then come back with a Queenston Chevrolet Corvette power play for the Hamilton Bulldogs. With 5:24 remaining in regulation time, They lead the Hershey Bears 2-1 in Game 5. This is the American Hockey League's 2007 Calder Cup Final, live on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network.
I'm Doug Hoyes of Hoyes Michaelis. A few weeks ago, a guy told me that he'd heard our commercials here on the radio, but he didn't call right away because he thought it was too good to be true. He didn't believe we could actually help him make a plan to deal with his debts. I told him that we're licensed by the federal government, and we've helped thousands of people file a consumer proposal.
I don't want to miss any place, so if you can't get that info, just do it later or not do it or whatever.
If you need a plan, visit HOYES.com or call 310-PLAN.
There's no way I can read that whole thing, I don't think.
No.
Keep listening for more all-time hockey favorites after Bulldogs playoff hockey on 820 Jam, No Legend.
Tyler Sloan is in the penalty box for the Hershey Bears, which means the Hamilton Bulldogs are about to head to their 7th power play of this game. They are 0 for 6 with the man advantage, Al. And they'd love to get a goal right here to take a 3-1 lead and move one step closer to a Calder Cup championship, because the Hershey Bears are a dangerous team, especially down by a single goal.
Well, you're absolutely right.
Lapierre wins the draw, back to the blue line. Jansevsky fires the shot and it bounces wide. Jansevsky on the back end with Benoit. Up front, we've got the threesome of Lapierre, Locke, and Milroy. Puck back to the blue line to Benoit. He gives it to Locke near side. Locke sneaks in, stops top of the near circle. Now feeds it across to Jansevsky. Jansevsky will whack it in behind the Bears' net. And it bounces off the stick of Milroy to Hedlund, and Hedlund will flip it up the far boards, but Lapierre keeps it in. Lapierre knocks it into the corner, but it's bounced away from him there. It comes back up the near side to Locke, and he can't hold it in as Hedlund slides it out to the neutral zone. Leishman picks it up to Hershey. Does a little dancing, loses the puck outside the Hamilton bench, and now Locke will take over in Bulldogs territory.
They're colliding up there a lot.
They've got some tired guys on the ice right now. Minute 10 remaining in this Hershey penalty. 4.5 minutes remaining in regulation time here at Cops Coliseum in Hamilton. And the Bulldogs lead the Bears 2-1 in Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. The Dogs lead the best-of-7 series 3-1. Here's Birol. He bounces it off the boards into the neutral zone where Grabowski drops it back to Drew. Drew over the Hershey line up the left side. Flips it behind the Bears net, and Manilow will tap it up the near boards to D'Agostini. D'Agostini gives it back to Manilow near quarter. Manilow gets hit by Wedderburn, but holds onto the puck. Manilow behind the Hershey net, feeds it up the near side to Birol. Birol back to Manilow down low. Manilow looks, tries centering, but Wedderburn whacks his pass away. Now it bounces back to the right point to Birol. Birol gives it to Grabowski. Grabowski takes the shot, makes the pass, but it bounces by Manilow. And now Arsini will throw it up the far side to Lang, and Lang leaves it for Hendricks, who shoots it down the ice. 10 seconds left in the Hamilton power play. 3.5 minutes in the third period. Here's Chipchura. Leads his way out to center and now turns back to his own blue line and plays it across to Cote. Cote up the left side to Baines. He gets hooked and there's no call. He gets right back up and he kicks the puck up the boards and keeps it in, at least momentarily. Hershey Bears penalty's over, and here comes Kloppish over the Hamilton Bulldogs line. He whips the shot to the net, but it goes way wide. Hedlund knocks it into the corner. Cote corrals it, bounces it up the boards, not out. It's held in by Hedlund. Now goes back to Cote. He gets bumped by Kloppish, but will sprint up the near side to Giroux. Giroux moves it into the corner. Berlon finds it there and bounces it up the boards to Chipchura, who can't clear it out. Great a shot! Beautiful blocker save by Price. Black kept it again at the blue line by Green. He sends it flying towards the net, but it goes way wide in the corner. Now Kloppish scoops it up, loses it, and Cote will feed it ahead to Fairlawn. Tried to find Chipchura with a breakaway pass, but it was intercepted. Now Fairlawn will one-hand it into the Bears zone. 2.5 minutes remaining with the Bulldogs leading 2-1. Here comes Green. He fires the shot. It's stopped by Price, who will whack the puck away into the near corner. Now Steckel to Sloan. Across to Wiseman. Wiseman with a shot, and it goes wide. Lapierre picks it up behind the Hamilton net, but can't clear the zone. Sloan just kept it in at the line. He slides it in behind the net to the far corner. Cote will knock it loose, and now Lapierre chips it off the boards and out. Lapierre picks it up at center and bounces it into the Hershey end. Now Milroy gets held, and another penalty call is coming against the Bears. And with 2 minutes remaining in regulation time, the Bulldogs will get a Queenston Chevrolet Corvette power play. And now, unless there's another penalty call, what we now know is that unless the Hamilton Bulldogs surrender a shorthanded goal, the Hershey Bears will not be able to come back to win this game or this series.
And let me tell you, that was the hustle of one Duncan Milroy, the leading scorer on this hockey club during a season that's been struggling in the goal-scoring department. He had to be collared by Steckel there.
Here's what else that means. The Hershey Bears are going to have trouble getting Frederick Gasivi to the bench and an extra attacker onto the ice, because they're going to be down a man, and chances are pinned in their own zone. Bulldogs win the draw, back to Benoit. Benoit shot, rebound to Manlow, and Gasivi makes the save. Manlow could not get it up in close quarters.
They were that close to what might have been the clincher in this one. Good point drive by Andre Benoit.
1:53 remaining in the power play and in regulation time. Hamilton 2, Hershey 1 to score. Bears win the face-off, and Lang will skid it out to center. He turns back to his own blue line and feeds it up the left wing to Hedlund. Hedlund skate over the red line and feed it up the left wing to Hendricks. Hendricks to Lang. Lang a shot that deflects wide of the net. And now it's picked up by D'Agostini, and he'll skate it out to center and get to the Bears blue line where he loses it. Hendricks picks it up. Hendricks drops it back to Hedlund with less than a minute and a half remaining, and Hedlund will slap it down the ice.
Steckel's also their big short-handed goal man, too.
Here's Benoit behind the Hamilton net. He slowly brings it out to center. Benoit to the red line. Will dump it in behind the Hershey net. Minute 10 to go in the Hamilton power play and in the third period, with the Bulldogs leading the Bears 2-1 here at Topps Coliseum in front of 14,205 fans. Here's Milroy, he walks in front, centers the puck, and the pass is picked off. We're in the final minute. Gasivi trying to get to the Bears bench, but he can't. The Bulldogs keep it in. Penalty coming up against who? Is it going to be Duncan Milroy?
It's an elbow. No, it's against Hershey.
It's against the Hershey Bears. They're going to be 2 men down with 47 seconds remaining in regulation time. The fans, every single one of them cheering for the Hamilton Bulldogs, are on their feet.
Is it Mike Green or is it Dean Arsini? It's an elbowing call, I'll tell you that.
They know what's coming, Al. It's almost a certainty at this point. 47 seconds left in the third period. The Hamilton Bulldogs lead the Hershey Bears 2-1, and they've got a 2-man advantage. A double minor up on the board.
The Mike Green.
And still 47 seconds left in the Dave Steckel penalty. A.J. Baines scored a shorthanded goal, 9:33 into this third period, to give the Hamilton Bulldogs a 2-1 lead, and they've been holding on to it ever since. Face-off coming up to the left of Frederick Gasivi. Chipchura, clear low. Manlow, reliable always, are up front. With Jansevsky and Benoit, the two-way blue liners on the back end. Bulldogs win the draw. Manlow to the right point to Benoit. He gives it to Chipchura. Chipchura to the midpoint for Benoit. Bulldogs content to ride the puck here. The fans making more and more noise as we move on. Here's Manlow. Circles in the near corner with 30 seconds left. Now he gives it to Chipchura. Chipchura knocked off the puck by Hedlund. It bounces back to the blue line. Benoit fakes, feeds it far side to Jansevsky. Jansevsky moves it behind the net. Manlow picks it up and gets hit by Hendricks. Now he gives it to Manlow. Manlow to the blue line. To Jansevsky. And now back to Manlow. 10 seconds left. Let's listen to the crowd at Topps Coliseum. For the first time in franchise history, the Hamilton Bulldogs win the Calder Cup. They beat the Hershey Bears 2-1 in Game 5, and they win this best-of-7 series 4 games to 1. Start celebrating, Steel Town. Your Dogs are the AHL's best in 2007. Hamilton Bulldogs, 14,205 fans on hand here at Copps Coliseum, win the Calder Cup. That's right, baby. The Dogs are champs.
All the equipment people, the athletic therapists, everybody down in that big pile in Carey Price's crease. The coaches shaking hands. What a triumph. Third time lucky. And right on home ice, the Hamilton Bulldogs are the Calder Cup champions.
There were many heroes for the Hamilton Bulldogs in this series. Tonight, Carey Price stops 29 of 30 Hershey Bears shots. He gets the win. And A.J. Baines, the unofficial captain of this Dodge squad, he scores a short-handed goal 9 minutes and 33 seconds into the third period. That goal, the game, series, and championship winner. All the fans are on their feet, except for those wearing the chocolate brown jerseys of the Eastern Conference champion Hershey Bears. They won the Calder Cup one season ago, but they are not able to beat the Hamilton Bulldogs and repeat.
Well, they know how the Hamilton fans feel, however. They're a classy bunch of fans that came and tried to get their team back into this series. Two teams now shaking hands at center ice, Derek. Good sportsmanship. It was a tough series at times. There was some very heavy checking, but for the most part, pretty clean. We had the one incident early on, but other than that, it was just hard-hitting hockey action. Just Michael Andlauer down there.
Nobody deserves it more than Michael Andlauer. He and the Hamilton Bulldogs local ownership group kept the American Hockey League in this city back in 2002 when the Edmonton Oilers decided to pull out and head down the road to Toronto. And a group of local businessmen stepped up to keep the Dogs in Steel Town. They are rewarded 5 years later with the franchise's first ever Calder Cup championship. Congratulations, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure to watch you play and to watch you win a championship this season. Oh, baby. What a year it was.
So we have Keith Reed down at ice level, and as soon as these guys stop congratulating each other, which may take a while, I'm sure he'll talk to them. He's got one right there now, Derek.
All right, let's head down to Keith Reed.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm here with Danny Groom, victorious. How does it feel to be called the Calder Cup champion?
It's unbelievable. It's a great feeling. We play well. We deserved it. Wow, it's just unbelievable.
Where does this stand on your list of accomplishments and achievements in your career?
It's right up there. It's right up there. You win a cup, there's nothing that can beat that. So hey, we got a good bunch of guys here, and we did our best. We won, and it's the best feeling ever.
Who's the first person that you're going to call today after this winning?
Well, my family's in town right now. They were at the game, so I'm going to go see them, and I'm sure they're really happy and proud.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. You had a great year.
Thank you very much.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Keith. American Hockey League officials wearing white gloves, carrying the Calder Cup from that secret room somewhere in the bowels of Copps Coliseum. And they're bringing another trophy out to center ice right now. It'll be awarded to the MVP of these Calder Cup playoffs.
Gee, I wonder who that might be.
Well, I've got a pretty good idea. I know who I would vote for. It's the Jack A. Butterfield Trophy.
Former president.
It is sitting on a table at center ice right beside the Calder Cup. And we'll see who wins that Jack Butterfield Trophy. Let's head down to ice level for the post-game presentations as we welcome American Hockey League President and Chief Executive Officer Dave Andrews.
Ladies and please join me in congratulating Bruce Boudreau and the Hershey Bears on a wonderful season. I'd like to thank all across the American, the great fans of Hamilton for this turnout tonight. Thank you so much.
Listen to the fans. Carey Price wins the Jack A. Butterfield Trophy as Calder Cup playoff MVP. The 19-year-old from Williams Lake, British Columbia, does what Patrick Roy did for the Sherbrooke Canadians 22 seasons ago. In 1985, he comes straight out of junior to join an American Hockey League team, and he leads that team to the Calder Cup. Congratulations, Carey.
What a performance.
Price was certainly right.
It certainly was, and what a season for that young man. MVP in the World Juniors. What a year.
Hamilton Bulldogs, as you know, don't have a captain, but they've got lots of leaders. 4 of them standing at center ice right now. 4 veterans. Eric Manlow, A.J. Baines, Dan Jansevsky, and Jonathan Fairlaw. They will accept this trophy together. They've done it together from the start of the season. Why not end the season by holding up that Calder Cup? Yes, Hamilton Bulldogs, you are the champions of the American Hockey League in 2007. What a sight! A.J. Baines lifts the Calder Cup high above his head. Hands it off to Jan Jansevsky, who hands it off to Jonathan Fairlaw. He raises that Calder Cup and gives it to Mathieu Bidon, playing in the playoffs for the first time in his professional career, and he made the most of it. He will give it to a guy who has played such a large role what the Hamilton Bulldogs have done for 3 seasons, Duncan Milroy, who gives it to Jean-Philippe Cote, and a hug too. Cote, with a heart bigger than anybody else's that I've ever met. This probably means more to him than just about anybody else. He gives it to Philippe Sauvé, who didn't dress for 1 game in this Calder Cup playoff run of the Hamilton Bulldogs, but was such a big part of the team in the dressing room.
And a mentor to Carey Price.
Yes, he gives it to Danny Grew, a wily old vet that after struggling through the regular season, caught fire in the Calder Cup playoffs. He hands it to Andrew Archer, battling injuries for the first 3 years of his career, healthy enough to help the Dogs win a championship this season. He gives it to Andre Benoit, 1-time Memorial Cup champion, and now 1-time Calder Cup champion. He will give it to Corey Locke. In my mind, runner-up for the Jack A. Butterfield Trophy is Calder Cup playoff MVP. If not for the spectacular performances of Carey Price, Corey Locke is probably going to be the guy. He hands it off to Maxime Lapierre. Thanks for coming back, kid. He'll give it to Zach Stortini, the one and only Edmonton Oilers player on this team. But he fit in just as well as everybody else. He'll give it to Michael Lambert. Lambert has been with this team a long time. This means a lot to him. He'll give it to Francis Lemieux, who didn't play, but he's got his equipment on. He wanted to be a part of this, and he deserves to be. He'll hand it off to Mikhail Grabowski, the first-year phenom. He gives it to Ryan O'Byrne. A rock on the Hamilton Bulldogs blue line all season long.
His 101st game, not counting preseason, tonight.
He hands it off to fellow rookie Kyle Chipchura. What a postseason he had. And he'll give it to another rookie, Matt D'Agostini, who circles towards the crowd here at Copps Coliseum. Agostini looking for somebody to give that Calder Cup to. Maybe that, or he doesn't want to give it to anybody. Agostini hands it to Corey Urquhart. He wants his turn too. And Corey Urquhart gives it to Carey Price. The price was right, folks. The kid is incredible. And now, Greg Stewart hasn't played a game for the Hamilton Bulldogs in these Calder Cup playoffs, but he's worked hard. He gives it to another guy who has as well, John Gleed, who hands it off to Dan Janstevsky, maybe the most valuable player on this team here in 2006-2007, and he gives it to the man who wanted it most, the majority owner and chairman, Michael Andlauer. And he's kissing that cup like he probably kissed his firstborn baby. You might not be able to get it from Mike.
Well, nobody seems to care.
He'll get to Luc LeBlanc in his fourth season as the athletic therapist of the Hamilton Bulldogs. And he hands it off to David Alio in his first season with the Dogs. Did a great job as the equipment manager. He now gives it to his assistant, John Forget, in his second season with the team. We'll give it back to Michael Andlauer, and he will hand it to the head coach, Don Lever. He won the Calder Cup as a player, and now he wins it as a coach. Selfishly, I hope he's back in Hamilton, but the Bulldogs might lose him. He's just that good. He hands it to Ron Wilson, a two-time Calder Cup champion, as an assistant coach. Who gives it to one of the other Hamilton Bulldogs owners, Tony Battaglia. He passes it to Darren McConaughey, the Dogs' strength and conditioning coach in his first season. He had a big part to play in the team's success. And he'll hand it off to Chris Young, who helped Don Lever and Ron Wilson with all the video that they do. And he gives it to Bruiser. And the fans love him. You know that?
Oh, look who's getting it now.
There is Glenn Stanford. My boss, the best boss I've ever had. The president and governor of the Hamilton Bulldogs. And he hands it to Oscar Keachy, another one of the minority owners. He'll pass it to Brenda Crawford, the assistant student therapist working closely with Luc LeBlanc to take care of the injuries. The celebration continues here at Copps Coliseum. The Hamilton Bulldogs are 2007 Calder Cup champions. I'm not afraid to admit I got a tear in each eye right now, Greg.
Well, 6 years for you, Mr. Wills, and you deserve it. Traveling
I've seen
all
more
the
Hamilton
buses
Bulldogs games than anybody else. That's one stat I'm pretty proud of.
Well, they've been a wonderful team to be associated with all through this. And captain tonight, and now we're getting that traditional picture. I think the Edmonton Oilers started this one.
Let's see it pose, boys. Hold up that index finger. You are number one. Don Lever looking for a spot down there. And let's not forget about Bob Gainey, the general manager of these Hamilton Bulldogs. Did a wonderful job putting the right pieces in place to give the Hamilton Bulldogs a chance to capture the Calder Cup. And he was taking some heat when it was announced that Yaroslav Halak would not return for the Calder Cup playoffs, that instead we'd get some kid named Carey Price. Mr. Gainey, we all thank you for making that tough decision.
Yeah, it certainly was. It's 22 years after the last Calder Cup championship by a Montreal Canadiens affiliate. Sherbrooke in 84-85. Patrick Waugh was the man that year, and an uncanny, ironic resemblance this year in Carey Price.
You betcha. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the long and winding road that'll be his career, maybe he will be thought of just like Patrick Roy is after his storied career. Hamilton Bulldogs continue to lift the Calder Cup above their heads. Everybody wants a second turn now. I'm trying to spot Keith Reedon down there. Can you see him?
Oh, I wasn't even looking for him. See if he's waving at us. He was sort of chasing the pack around the arena. There he is.
Is he ready for us?
Yes, he is.
Let's head down to ice level and join Keith Reedon.
Hey, thanks, guys. Standing with me right now is Zach Sortini. And Zach, how does it feel to be a Calder Cup champion?
Unbelievable. You know, a little bit of disappointment last year where it came so close, but I didn't get it. You know, it says a lot about their team and their coaching staff, and you know how good of an organization they have over there to be here 2 years in a row and battle as hard as they did. But it's just a great, unbelievable feeling to win a Calder Cup with this group, with this organization. It was just a tremendous feeling.
When did you actually feel that you guys had the right stuff, that you could go all the way?
You know, I think we had a lot of confidence all along. We know how good we are, and you know, we just kept playing. We never gave up. We never lost sight of our goal, and you know, we battled through thick and thin together.
Now, who's the first person that you're going to call, and who's someone that you'd like to thank for your personal success?
You know, it's the funny thing about, you know, getting to where you are. There's not one person you can thank, and I think, you know, a common thing with most hockey players, they think they're, you know, their family because they've been there since day one, but there's been so many people that have helped me along the way, you know, little pieces of advice or, you know, whether it be lessons on the ice or off the ice, that helped me tremendously throughout my career.
Okay, thank you very much. Back up to you guys.
That wasn't a technical difficulty. That was Zach Stortini's voice. He's been whooping it up, I think, down there. A little barking.
Hey, you think he called this game, not me. I've still got my voice. But I'm not sure I could have held it much longer. What a scene here at Cobb's Coliseum.
And a lot of the fans are still here. This game's been over for, what, about half an hour?
Now, make sure you don't lose track of Keith. You see him down there?
I see him.
Make sure you keep an eye on him because we want to try to get some more post-game reaction from ice level.
Okay, he's looks like he's getting ready to do one right now. Let's see if we can catch it. Well, no, maybe not.
Is he ready?
Anybody?
I don't know if he's ready.
No,
he's trying to find somebody.
I thought he was going to do Kyle Secure, but here we go with Andre Benoit.
All right.
Thanks, guys. With me right now, Andre Benoit. Andre, yesterday I asked you, comparing this to a Mem Cup, which you won. How's it feeling comparing?
Oh, they both stand alone. I mean, they're both unbelievable, and everybody came together and played great, and it's awesome to achieve it.
Who's the one person you're going to call? Who's the first person you're going to call when you get off the ice?
I mean, my parents are here, and so we're going to go see them and enjoy it with them. They've been great support to me.
When did you first know that you guys have gone through ups and downs this year? When did you first know that you guys had the right, the stuff?
Oh, it's just the hard work, and you see everybody that's willing to pay the price for each other, and not to keep any championships.
How tough? Can you describe how tough it was to go through this final series, and how much you didn't want to go back to the Giant Center?
Well, Hershey's a great team, and they're explosive, and we got to respect them, so we wanted to end them tonight, and fortunately we got it done.
Thank you very much, Andre Benoit, Calder Cup champion.
He can't find anybody that the players want to make a phone call because the families are all here. Isn't that fantastic?
Well, it's only fitting that they're all on their cell phones because that's what they do when we're on the bus traveling around. Always chatting on the cell phones.
And there's some cell phone pictures being taken as well. I think I saw Tony Battaglia snapping a few shots down there as well.
For those Montreal Canadiens fans listening, I know there are a lot of you. The future looks bright, folks. Very bright.
Well, here we have a real big interview coming up with Keith Reed right now. We're going to send it right back down. Here, take it away, Keith, again.
Thanks, guys. Standing with me, here's the man who scored the Calder Cup winning goal, AJ Baines. How does that go? How does it feel? How's the whole experience feel?
It's unbelievable. I mean, what you dream about, this is why you play the game. I mean, the game's great. The game's given all of us so much, and I mean, this is a sweet reward, and I mean, what a feeling. You never know when you're going to get to experience something like this again, and I'm just really proud of the guys and the organization. I mean, Montreal, Hamilton, just I can't say enough about them.
You mentioned your whole family's here. Anyone else that you would call or like to thank? Well, who's the first person you're going to call when you get off the ice?
Well, I mean, obviously, my whole family's here, so I'm going to call two of my old coaches, I think, Trent Yanni and Mark Capside. Trent was coaching in Chicago this year, and he got fired, and Mark was assistant in Boston. They really taught me a lot about the game, and I mean, that's huge. And also my best friend, Steve Gainey, back home. Just a real big part of my life, and just he's been there with me for a long time, and I'm going to give him a call.
You guys had a lot of ups and downs this year. When did you kind of figure that this team had the right stuff to go all the way?
Well, we battled with Hamilton, Manitoba, and Rocks for first place right down to the wire, and we knew we had it. When we got Maxi back from Montreal, it was a big boost for our team, and then obviously Terry coming in. Nothing more has to be said.
All right, thank you very much, AJ Baines, with the game winner.
Hey, I'd be giggling if I was him too.
He's a giggly guy. He's a really great guy. Fun to talk to, fun to have on the road. And what a hard worker. And we talked about him and Manlow at the beginning of the year being added with AHL contracts here. And, there were times during the year, particularly with Manlow, you wondered what was going on there. But, boy, they delivered in the end. Unbelievable.
And you know what? I don't think there's a more fitting guy to get the game-winning goal and the series-winning goal and the Calder Cup-winning goal than AJ Baines. He has been such a big part of this team on the ice and off the ice. Nobody did more in Hamilton, in the community, than AJ Baines. And, of course, he was a member of the Bulldogs' terrific threesome with Kyle Chipchur and Jonathan Fairlaw. In my mind, the best line they had in these Calder Cup playoffs. AJ Baines is as classy a guy as you'll ever meet.
No, I agree with you 100%, Derek. He's just been fun to be around, but when it comes down to the games, he is a very serious competitor. Make no mistake about that. He is a little guy, and he plays with so much heart. It's an absolute pleasure to watch game in and game out. He always brings his A game.
Well, in case you're just joining us, and I hope you're not, because you missed the Hamilton Bulldogs Calder Cup Championship. They beat the Hershey Bears 2-1 in Game 5, and they win this best-of-7 series 4-1. Steeltown's underdogs upset Rochester's Americans in the North Division semifinal, Manitoba's Moose in the North Division final, Chicago's Wolves in the Western Conference final, and now Hershey's heavily favored Bears in the Calder Cup final. What a run it was. What a run it was.
As soon as they got on that roll, Derek, we weren't so sure earlier on, but I know you had the same feeling as I did. We got something special going here, and we didn't know whether they were going to do it, but it started getting to the point where we were quite confident that it might. Keith's down there. I think he wants to talk to another star from tonight's game. He was in on both goals.
All right. Keith, take it away.
Max Lapierre, goal and an assist in the Calder Cup final game. Max, how does it feel to be a Calder Cup champion?
It's unbelievable. I think it's the first time I win something in my life. I never went over one round in the playoffs, and I think I did the playoffs twice in my life, so it's an unbelievable feeling, and now I think that I taste it, I want to win it every year.
So how do the bumps and bruises feel, seeing this is as far as you've gone, and obviously 3-4 rounds?
My body feels shitty right now, and sorry about the word, but this is it, and I think I'll take a big rest now, and in a couple of weeks try to focus about the next training camp in Montreal.
Who's the first person you're going to phone when you get off the ice and when you have time?
my dad and mom for sure. I think they did everything for me to be in this situation, and that's a little gift I'm giving them right now.
Thank you very much, Max Lapierre.
Thank you, Keith, and thanks, Maxim. We wondered if he would want to come back to the Hamilton Bulldogs after spending more than half the season with the Montreal Canadiens. Not only did he come back, he came back with bells on, Al Craig.
Yeah, he really did, and it was a pleasure to go on the road trips with him. He was really one of the guys. He wasn't into one of this I'm an elite player routine. He fit in with the guys. He was as kooky as the rest of them, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And his efforts on the ice, a very hard-working player. And, when the chips are down, he really did the job. And imagine that tonight. He gets that opening goal, his 6th of the postseason. That's pretty good output. And he made that great pass on the 2-on-1 to A.J. Baines that won the hockey game. And Max Lapierre deserves a lot of credit. He's a different type of hockey player than last year. We talk about the fact how he gets under the skin of the opposition. He certainly did that. Not to excess, just enough to drive them crazy. And I think that's going to be appreciated, too, in the National Hockey League. I'm sure he'll temper it to a certain extent up there. But he was a great contributor. And right down there now, after Keith talked to him, about 5 people surrounded Max to interview him and take his picture. So everybody realizes what his contribution has been to this team.
No doubt about that. He's got a big heart, Maxime Lapierre. Well, he's the only Hamilton Bulldog left on the ice beside A.J. Baines, who's doing one last interview. 2-1 the final here in Game 5 of the Calder Cup Final. The Hamilton Bulldogs beat the Hershey Bears in the game and in the series, and they win the franchise's first Calder Cup championship. And they do it as the underdog in each and every one of the 4 series they played in. And there might not been a lot of people that believed in these guys, but they believed in themselves.
Oh,
that's all that mattered.
That's what matters, and there's enough people believing now. And I don't want to use this as a soapbox to say anything negative, but there were a bunch of fans that did not believe and take some shots at Coach Don Lever. I want to say right now that Don Lever and Ron Wilson, maybe not the most popular guys at times when things were tough, line juggling and all the things they did, Derek, these guys earned their Calder Cup championship and should be held in very high esteem with what they have done here this season.
What a great coaching combination Don Lever and Ron Wilson make. And it's funny, when they first got together here in Hamilton behind the Bulldogs bench, they weren't sure what to make of one another. But now they get along great. They both make fun of me equally.
Yes, they do.
And they have done a great job getting the Hamilton Bulldogs to where they are right now, and that is atop the American Hockey League in 2007. The Dogs are Calder Cup champions, folks.
Boy,
the party's just
good.
starting.
That sounds good, Derek.
Hope you weren't planning on heading home early tonight, Al.
Well,
I'm not letting you.
Not that early.
I'll handcuff you if I have to. Well, what we're going to do right now is take a timeout and prepare for the End Zone Bar and Grill postgame show. Hopefully Keith Reedon will join us with some more postgame reaction from the Hamilton Bulldogs following their Calder Cup win tonight. We'll have a full recap of tonight's game with the Picard Peanuts scoring summary. We'll introduce you to tonight's Molson Canadian 3 stars, as well as the Pearson Dunn player of the game. We'll recap what has certainly been a season to remember for the Hamilton Bulldogs and for you, their fans. And we'll wrap up the broadcast with our Via Rail replays of the Calder Cup playoffs. Every game-winning goal, every series-ending call is heard right here on the Hamilton Bulldogs Hockey Network. That and more coming up next in the End Zone Bar and Grill postgame show. The Hamilton Bulldogs are Calder Cup